after.
Midnight.
That was good.
That's a good one.
That was good.
That was good.
All right.
Wasn't bad. Forgot what the fuck I was gonna say though.
No, yeah, you have a whole intro, Dalton. You told me about this.
No. Hold on. I wanted to finish that thought real quick though.
Oh shit, yeah.
What was I saying? You cut me off at the fucking
We
class.
were talking about the episode you were slurring your words, 4 bottles of wine.
Oh yeah. No. Look. Yeah, we're right back. Man, the problem is
That's some junky memory right there.
we end up with 3-hour episodes because we don't want to, like, if we're having like good fluent conversation,
Hell yeah.
you don't
We're
wanna
not cutting
cut
it
that
off.
off. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man.
Like
Hell
we'll let that shit die naturally.
No, yeah.
Painfully.
Yeah, painfully.
We're just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
No. All right. Today we are joined by Jee Malik. Woo! That is a hop, skip, a jump away from Philly to Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Very happy to have you, man. Very
I'm glad
happy
to be here, man. I'm glad to be here. Man.
This is awesome.
It is pretty great. You out here working on some new music, yeah?
Working on some shit, man.
Are you working on like a whole new album, or are we chopping it up into singles?
Man, we have an album that's been tucked for about 1.5 years. Man.
Ooh,
So we just
that heat laying there.
just laying, right? And so the Vibe Event joint I dropped a couple weeks ago, that's going to be on the album. One of the singles I dropped from the album. So we just letting it sit right now until we get some traction for real. So
Man,
Yeah, fair. Well, hopefully we can help with that.
I know it's your newest song, so it might sound like a cop out, but that definitely might be one of my favorite because you had the hardest set of bars when you were talking about what did you say? Blessings across my chest. What did you say up on your shoulders, and then
birds upon my chest. Some
yeah.
some shit.
I had it clipped on Instagram the other day
Yeah.
because when I heard it, I was like, God,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, that was some of my more vulnerable bars, bro. I ain't even gonna lie.
Man, no. That's what I love about you though, because
Yeah.
you can, if you go back to the older music towards the newer music, you can see a development of you talking more and more about your spirituality or your struggles or your vulnerabilities, and I think that's a really good thing, honestly, because a lot of people don't want to talk about that shit, man, but it's really fucking important to talk about, because if you don't talk about it, you never break the cycle of people feeling like they just gotta carry that shit
really
themselves.
True, everybody be too cool, bro.
See?
You too cool, you gonna freeze to death.
Man, that's what I'm saying. You end up having a heart attack at 40 years old because I'm just gonna push it down.
That's what I'm saying,
yeah. No, man, that was great. And then you said the pain behind my eyes I never got to address. It was something along those lines.
I never got to address. Yeah.
See, man, I thought that was when I heard that set of bars right there. I was like, that's definitely one of my favorite ones out right now, man. That was good. That was
man,
good
vulnerability is key, man. I'm realizing it because I used to be too cool.
Yeah.
And like where I was,
everybody's guilty of it.
I didn't want to express myself.
Especially younger. You know what I mean? Like when you're like 18, you don't want to be the fucking like sad boy of the group.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of philosophers have talked about this, but specifically like Carl Jung really like always gets at the fact that like, you know, people are sort of built in archetypes, and like eventually throughout life you kind of funnel your own self into an archetype, and that mask that you wear is really kind of like the outward perception that other people have for you. Problem though is you have an internal sort of existential crisis going on all the time,
because you want to be yourself, but then you want to portray the person that people know you as, or you want to like, you want people to see you a certain way in a certain light, and everybody's guilty of it. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of that. I'm a very prideful person. I feel like I gotta be like a man. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I got shit up on my fucking shoulders too, man. I got shit I want to talk about. God damn it!
No, right? Exactly.
I wish I could relate more. My friends like classically tell me that I don't have like a shame gland in my head.
You're very open, which is good though, man. That's a beautiful thing.
I just like people too much. I don't want to be a liar. Right. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just be like open and honest, and if people don't fuck with me, then you're one of the minority. Honestly, like
for sure.
See, I'm the same way though. Like I like being open and honest, and I love talking to people. I don't have an issue talking to people, but it's just
we don't.
Unfortunately, we got an issue of not fucking talking, man. Take a breath, but it's more so just the whole like nobody wants to talk about like the depression or whatever you might be fighting, but to that same tune, especially when you're an artist like yourself, I mean, you can pull a lot of really, really good influential material out of that. Because
that'd be the real shit.
Right, exactly.
That's really what's going on. Like, I think we get tripped up with social media and shit like that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at 24, 25, 27. So I'm saying, so you feeling like if you don't got a penthouse or whatever that you ain't make it yet, but whole time like this shit right here, this is really where the wealth is at.
Yeah,
for real. It's in the conversation, the people, the connections. That's really where it's at. Like we die today, like none of the other shit gonna matter.
True. But
I know we had this conversation right here, and I'm happy with that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta talk about it, man.
Honestly, man, that is a great way to put it because I've definitely been guilty of thinking that way. Like I'm 27 years old. Yeah. I got an 8-month-old son. Yeah. I got a stay-at-home mom. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like we rent our house. Like you always feel like you don't have enough.
True. Exactly. Well, it's that famine mentality. It's like, well, if I'm not getting it, then someone else is getting it.
Right.
The problem really, though, is that there's enough for everybody. You just have to find what you are joyful about. And a lot of the time, people find joy only in success and stuff like that. But then on the flip side, it also gives people, like, an opportunity not to have ambition, which I think is the saddest part. Because, like, some of the guys that I work with, like, you know, not to call anybody out, but it's like, you know, there's definitely like people in their middle age to like older than that, and you know, they work for alcohol money. They work to numb the pain, and you know, there's a certain point where it's like kind of crazy that like those people that like probably had dreams at some point decided they were gonna let that die.
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know, I work 8 hours today and want to come and do this. Not to, you know, boast or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, that point of ambition is something that not everybody has. So, like, in order to achieve greatness, you have to have that component, but you also have to be satisfied with not having any of it.
For sure. It's like you got to be content but not complacent.
Yeah.
Right.
So them hours, they add up at the end of the day. So, like, when I'm home and shit, I work like 8, 9, 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
I go to the gym for an hour.
Good.
I come home and I work on music for about 3 hours. So if you add that shit up at the end of the week, I did an hour in the gym.
Yeah, that's a 20-hour day.
7 hours at the end of the week. I do music for 3 hours a day. That's 3 times 7. Fuck, 21 hours of music. Yeah. And I work and I made some bread. So it's. So I'm saying you gotta know where you at.
Yeah.
Understand where you at and be appreciative of where you at. Because gratitude is like the biggest part of this whole
huge.
shit.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have gratitude, you're never gonna have shit.
Yeah.
Like at all. That's why like you see a lot of people, they be successful and they not happy.
No, they're miserable.
So, like real shit.
So many of them.
So if I was to come into like $20 million a day, I'm gonna be cool. Like money will solve most of my problems.
Right.
Yeah. I'm already happy.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm already a loving person. I love people and I love what I do. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta know where you at, man. That's all this shit about, bro.
There's a great quote by a person that I'm not gonna mention, but it basically is just like being rich is like the worst thing that can happen to a lot of people. Because if you aren't like a good person before you're rich, you're definitely not going to be afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's just truth. I mean, really. And
it gives you like a false sense of seniority or superior.
Well, I mean, think about the people that were handed it, sort of. You know, like everyone joked about like Donald Trump being like, you know, a small loan of $1 million, and it's like, yeah, well, fucking, that's ridiculous to anybody in real life. Yeah. But you know, he's not living in real life. You know, he's always been in fantasy land.
Right.
Yeah.
Something that we can only dream of. And you know, it's that protected wealth and that family lineage of wealth is like such a like British to American thing that it's like I always think like, yeah, well, of course this is like sort of like the foothold on the economy because we own all the banks. Like it's just like I don't know, it doesn't filter down properly.
No, it doesn't.
It's strange. It's strange how that works. Because I feel like if people had more ambition, they might be able to rise up a little bit.
Yeah.
But you get stuck in that social class, and then all of a sudden you're grouped in with everybody else.
No,
you just have that like bee mentality of like, all right, we're all working for the betterment of the hive, but the hive is run by one person.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Yeah, I mean that's what we always talk about at work. Like, hey man, how you feeling today? It's like, I'm just happy I had the opportunity to make somebody else rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just so happy to be here. You know, I love waking up at 4:30 in the morning to go do this shit, man. And that's why, like I was, you know, I told G on the way here Monday, went to go meet some people, went to go network. I didn't get in bed until midnight.
Yeah.
Woke up at 4:30. to go to work.
Yeah.
But it's worth it because you have to go to work. You don't have to work for yourself. You know what I mean? Like like what you were saying. You have to go to work because you need that money to pay to live because that's a society that we've built for ourselves.
Yeah, it's a construct.
You choose to work on your music because you want to better yourself in the long run.
Yeah.
So it's hard right now to go to the gym and stay disciplined, and it's hard right now to, and maybe not for you because you love what you do, obviously, but I'm sure it does hit a point where you're like, man, I just want to fucking chill for a second. You know what I mean? I just want to fucking chill. But if you do that, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah,
one of like my favorite
putting
quotes,
a kink in the hose.
The more you give up, the more you give up, the more you give in. Yeah. And to me, what I take away from that is giving up is just working a 9 to 5 like everybody else, man. Yeah. Working a 9 to 5 like everybody else. You got to work on yourself, figure out what you want. Ever since we started this, and it's only been like 2 months now, I'm way happier now than I was beforehand because I felt like all I was doing was going to fucking work. Yeah. That was it. Wake up, go to work, come home, do work around here. Yeah. And it's like now we're trying to better ourselves. Yeah. You're trying to better yourself. Yeah. It really does make you feel better. Make you feel like you're working towards something.
Yeah, bro. I seen that shit on Twitter. It said the salary is the drug they give you to forget your dreams. Just some fly shit like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like
that's a good line.
I was working at the warehouse and it was
I quit right then.
Bro, it was people that been there for like 12, 15, 20 years.
Yep.
And you can see it in their face. Yeah. They just got fucking stuck.
Mm-hmm. And aren't they all like super pale?
Bro, pale as fuck.
I know. Isn't that crazy? It's like they never go outside.
Dog, it's like they've been there all that time and it's like I know y'all wanted to do some other shit.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody wanted to be a fucking astronaut.
Yep. Right.
Cheerleader for a football team. Some fly shit like that, but you stuck in this warehouse, coming here every day for the rest of your life.
It's comfortable, man. It's a steady paycheck. It's
and you get 2 weeks of vacation for the whole year.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah, literally though.
Like, bro,
man, what I started telling people is, man, I was born in 95. I wasn't born for no 9 to 5 though.
Ooh. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I'm done with that shit. Like I gotta get out, man.
Dalton's secret talent is that he's actually a great rapper. He just won't let himself I already heard, man. Were y'all freestyling on the way here?
No. We didn't freestyle.
No, we didn't freestyle.
I
heard some shit.
I showed him some snippets just because he came up in conversation.
You got some good bars though.
Here and
it's
there,
kind of crazy.
He got some bars.
He's one of those people where like he comes out.
This ain't a fucking podcast about me.
No, we gonna go to you.
Just say you come out the gate really quick and no one expects it. No, but it's not like some Eminem shit. Like it's like
it's not no
disrespect towards Eminem.
No.
Or Logic. Logic had some bars back in the day. His new shit ain't good.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's
back when he was starving and kicking EPs, he had some fucking bars, man.
I definitely had some shit.
You're like the whitest Nos that could ever exist.
Oh my god. Dude, do not get back. Come on, I do not deserve that.
I just mean like in flow. If that
I love Nas. Yeah, I do not deserve the comparison of
no, you don't.
Nas.
I just couldn't come up with a better one.
You're gonna have people in the comment section like, no, the fuck you did not say that.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like, he needs to put something out right now. Prove that. Shit.
I would love that. I've been trying to record you for years. Anyway,
sneakily, like, hey man, let's freestyle real quick. He like slides it in.
So since it already got brought up and Dalton's gonna hate me for doing this already, but I'm like the resident like Christian of the group.
Oh, okay.
So I was just wondering, like, because he mentioned like your lyrics having a lot of spirituality and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, where do you find yourself with that right now? Like, what is spirituality to Jee Malik?
Spirituality. So I practice Islam.
Yeah. So, I always tell people that I came to Christianity the way that most people go to Islam.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very logical step.
I practice Islam, but granted, I fall short. I'm drinking and shit. I smoke, but I'm more so in touch with the spirituality of it, the submission, the way I treat people, my kindness, my compassion, my charity, and shit like that. Maybe when I'm older, I'll become way more devout. But as of right now, I'm young and turnt right now. But it's like I'm still.
You're human, man.
Yeah, I still need something to submit to and something to answer to. Because Jay Electronica said it the best. Like, in order to become a master, you have to submit to a master.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, so once you have a master to submit to, it humbles you. Shit gives you humility and shit like that. And that's just where I'm at right now.
No, that makes a lot of
sense.
That
reflects in my music for sure.
Yeah, every master of their craft started off with a teacher.
Totally. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I always think of Jack White had a really good quote about that. He basically like equated music to like a sandbox. Mm-hmm. He was like, if you have a whole island, like the amount of songs that you could write are sort of like infinite, right? Because you've got like a ton of sand to play with.
Yeah.
Problem though is you give yourself like the anxiety of too many options.
Yeah.
So what the best thing to do really is build yourself a little sandbox. Mm-hmm. Take things that you like, funnel that into what you're going to do, and work really hard at making that amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to be the most you at the end of the day, instead of chasing all this other shit that like is just a distraction from the real thing.
Right.
And that's kind of that really is kind of how I feel about spirituality and faith, is like I think it gives you more freedom than it does like actually close you into things, which is sort of like the perception I think that most people have, is like you subscribe to a religion and all of a sudden like you're abiding by like set laws and principles and all of your freedom's sort of taken away. But we both believe in a faith where it's like you're forgiven for things.
Yeah.
You get the opportunity to mess up in order to learn from it.
Right.
And that's like the part that people just gloss over entirely.
That's
and
the
it's
most important part, though.
It's the most important part. Yeah. So I think it's really cool though, because I mean all of my Christian friends hate when I do this, but it's really true though. I always go, look, if you were to take any of the monotheistic faiths, you know, Christianity, Islam, you could group like sort of like cults, Judaism, like Mormons, and Orthodoxy and stuff like that. Yeah. You take away the prophet though, and they're all the same religion.
Right.
So you add the prophet back in. The only thing that you're really doing is saying like, okay, this is the way that I encounter the end goal.
Yeah.
And that, like, you know, there's just no reason to have any division with any of that stuff, in my opinion. You know, it's
that's where the shit becomes political.
Right. But why force it to be that way? That's how I feel.
And that's kind of one of the things that like I grew up a Baptist. Like I grew up in a church type shit.
Yeah,
but, like,
same.
I could never really resonate with the church. Like something in me was always like, yo, something is like off here. Like, and then what really did it for me was when my great grandma died and the pastor came by the house, all that, and he gave us like $15 towards like funerals, offer, whatever.
What?
$15, and like it was crazy to me because my great grandma on any given Sunday she gave way more than $15.
Right, yeah. I'm sure she gave 10% to tithing. Like, what
she was giving tithes and offerings for all of us, for all her grandkids and great grandkids.
Oh my gosh, that's
and she has 20 grandkids.
And he pulled up with $15.
30 great grandkids pulled up with $15. I didn't even know flowers or nothing.
He kept a straight face and handed that over?
Came to the crib and all that.
Well, that's not
man, he left and had a Red Lobster dinner after that, man. That's fucked up.
And it's like a lot of things with, not to knock any Christians or nothing, but church just turns me off, bro.
Church is difficult. I've found a church that I really like, but I swear that
it's a hard thing to do, yeah.
The only reason I've been able to find a church that I like, though, is because there's no preaching. He just gets up there and reads the Bible.
You talking about experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually
it's
is
so
a pretty
easy.
solid church. They're literally connected to Mayday Brewery. Like, they are the coolest group of people.
Yeah.
I'm not even religious.
Okay.
I grew up in church.
He's like sort of the atheist of the group.
Well, I grew up in church. I was super excited about religion. I couldn't wait till I was old enough to go to church camp and shit like that. Like, I wanted to do it so bad, man. And
that's
then
all
at 13, I like...
Thank you.
Look at you, man. That's a good dude.
He's a kind person.
Right. I wanted to get baptized so bad, my mom made me wait. She was like, I love that you want to get baptized, but I want you to get baptized because you understand and want to do it.
Yeah.
Alright, so at 13, she finally let me get baptized. And I don't know what it was, man, but it was like right after that, I just quit believing. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if I was expecting something from the baptism or what, or like, you know, maybe just shit happened or like what, but I just slowly and then all at once just
off the deep end.
Yeah, and I'm never the person. Listen, I'm just a fucking animal on a rock hurtling through space. I don't know shit. You know what I mean? So like, I'll never say God's not real. Right. I'll never say Jesus isn't real. I don't know anything. I could die right now.
Yeah, because historically both Muhammad and Jesus are very real people.
Yeah, no. If I die right now and I'm presented in front of the gates upon judgment, I'm just gonna have to be like, man, you know I was playing. Man, you know you made me with a sense of humor. Like, come on, man.
See, that's why I always go back to me and my friend's dad. And I've brought this up before on the podcast, but I'm gonna bring it up again because it's contextual. Me and my friend's dad have this ongoing debate where it's like, if we were talking about like a man in a little tribe in Africa who found a television for the first time and plugged it up and figured out how to make it work and like started worshiping the television because he goes, this has to be the one true God because it's something so like unbelievable.
Right, it would be mind blowing.
Right. So our mutual thought, me and my friend's dad, was that if the faith was genuine in the fact that worshipped appropriately, prayed appropriately, and decided that, you know, they were going to live a better life because of it. If that person never had the opportunity to be ministered to by someone in a faith that, you know, really does worship the one true God, if he really didn't have the opportunity before he died, I cannot imagine the God that we worship to deny that person.
Based on his religion,
Oh, shit.
it wouldn't. Based on his religion, there would be no possibility of him going to hell because, correct me if I'm wrong, but
same for mine.
Based on Islam, I know for 100% certainty that if you're never given the opportunity to fully understand the religion, you can't be held at fault.
Yeah.
It's kind of like purity.
Right.
You still have purity in the sense.
Right. You're always going to be an adolescent because you never had a chance to grow.
Right. It's
not past what you knew, you know, based on your nature and surroundings.
Yeah. Right. Well, and that's very much a thing, like, kind of through and through, I feel like.
Is it?
Yeah. Especially for, like, Catholics, they believe, like, people of a certain age can't go to hell because they don't have like the cognitive sensibility to be
like
able to make decisions
or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, kids are smart as shit these days.
Man, if I'm going to hell, send them to hell too, man.
Well, especially these like. So, I teach at a private school currently.
Oh, shit.
I'm doing that along with my 9 to 5. It's only one day a week, which is kind of cool, but it's still a private school, and I see a lot of these like 13, 14, 15-year-old girls. It's one 13-year-old girl, and I don't really care. I'm calling you out. I don't.
Don't say no. Don't say no fucking names.
I'm not. I'm just. She might watch this just because I post on my Instagram and she follows me. But like, she legitimately like came to school in like a bra and a sweater, like barely buttoned up, and I was like, I literally just sat there for a minute. It was like, you have the audacity to walk into a public place like this.
That's
like
some audacious shit, bro.
At 13?
That's what. But here's the thing. She's already had like a bunch of boyfriends and like.
That's a question for the parents.
Definitely blossomed early. Her dad's a lawyer.
She's doomed, bro.
She's
doomed.
No hope.
Well, it's just like all the times I want to like bring shit up, I feel like I'm just gonna get lawyered out of my opinion, so I don't even do it. You know, it's. Kids nowadays frighten me.
They grew up with the internet, bro.
That's it.
Like the internet, their whole life.
Man,
like us,
about that,
we didn't have the internet for about a cool 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And even if we did, it was dial-up. We had to like go. You can't use the phone for like 10 minutes while I go look up RuneScape.
Right. I'm saying we played outside. We played. Hide and go get it. 7 seconds in heaven. Whatever the fuck the case may be.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers today, bro, they grew up with the internet. They have TikTok.
All they see is ass getting thrown around on TikTok.
Bro, and that shit fucks with your mind.
It does.
Bro.
It's not right. It's not right.
It's like, it's Instagram. It's fucking porn.
Yeah.
It's all of that shit. It really alters your mind and flips this shit.
Well, it's quick
like,
stimulation.
Dog.
Yeah.
Temporary.
Yeah.
Temporary.
Well, and it teaches you to get bored quick. And I even noticed it happening with myself. I got in the habit of where I would see like an interesting YouTube short. Yeah. Right? So I click on it. Next thing I know, I'm like
3 hours
30
deep.
shorts deep. You know what I mean? And like, and they're all like 30-second clips, 1 minute clips, whatever. And then, I did that for a while, and then I started to notice when I would click on like a actual informational video that was
it's too long for
20 or 30 minutes long. I used to listen to them all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I'd get like 5 minutes, and I'm like, you're still talking about the same shit?
No, right?
That's not healthy, man.
I started reading books on my break.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm like,
I quit watching the shorts.
I want my kids to read books.
I
don't want that to be gone.
I'm a bookworm, bro.
Good. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very literary in your lyrics, so that makes sense.
Bro, my favorite book ever is The Alchemist.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. That's a cool one.
Alchemist. Quick read.
Quick read.
My attention span is short as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Probably because we was just talking about, bro.
Yeah.
My attention span is short as fuck, bro. So it's like I gotta read a cool. You got a 200-page max out of it. Harry Potter, fuck that.
Yeah.
Never. Fuck that, dude. The longest book I ever read was the Hunger Games books. I was in ISS. Listen, I was in
It's like a novella.
No. Look, I was in ISS for 2 weeks straight. I read all 3.
2 weeks straight is crazy, bro. What the fuck?
I was a heathen in high school. I was a heathen. I was not a good student.
Question mark.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I got in trouble 2 weeks ago for heathen activity.
Yes, well, we both did.
Well, shit like that happens. All right, look, I love all this type of conversation, but we do want to learn a little bit about you, having you on the show.
Yeah, I actually have some questions.
I'm going to ask you a super basic question that I don't want to fucking ask, but at the same time, based on the catalog of Philly rappers, right?
Yeah.
And just to name a few, you got, obviously but you got like Meek Mill, you got Uzi.
Yeah.
If we're gonna count him, you got Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Best one to come out of Philly.
I mean, he was a rapper before anything else.
No,
you got like PNP Rock. You got like a lot of them, right? Come out of Philly. You and the group of dudes that you rap with do not sound anything like the catalog, and so I'm just curious, where, if anywhere, where did you pull your influence from? Like, because you have a very unique sound, which I fucking love.
Yeah.
And what I think is funny is
I should have worn my Philly shirt today.
I don't remember which one it is, but towards the end of it, I'm assuming it's one of your buddies or family members or somebody was saying it was akin to Kendrick Lamar. Which I can appreciate because Kendrick Lamar is a great rapper, and so are you. So it makes sense to compare great to great, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, and I don't want to put you in any category, but you have a very like Dreamville vibe.
Oh my God, I was like, literally gonna bring that up.
I could see J. Cole, Earth Gang, I could see all of them like I could see all of them like reaching out towards your flow.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, based on the catalog of Philly rappers, where do you get your sound from?
Stole one of my questions.
I've never pulled from any Philly rapper.
This is just G.
I've pulled from. I'm gonna give you my top 5 artists of all time, right? So I pulled first from Isaiah Rashad.
Yes, ooh, Isaiah is so good.
So good.
Right off the top, you got a killer. Yeah. Okay.
He was my shit growing up because I was into skating, and he's in every skate video.
Bro, it's like when you in like the 9th, 10th grade, that's when you really start developing your music taste.
Yeah.
You really understand like what the fuck you like. Right? And Isaiah Rashad was one of them. I listened to Silver Demo, and that shit just changed the whole trajectory of my music shit, bro. Like,
one of those things when you hit and you're just like,
bro, like what the fuck is this? Like, and it's like he's not even the most lyrical, the most whatever, but it's like
he can write a beat though.
You feel everything.
He can write a beat,
bro. I'm saying. So is Zay.
It's hard as fuck too.
Yeah.
Like his beats are hard as fuck.
Beat selection crazy. Like, it's like I try not to take too much from him, but he's like my biggest influence.
Yeah.
I can't even lie, bro.
I feel it though.
So it's him, it's Kendrick, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. Mos Def.
Oh yeah. I can totally hear some Mos Def in your shit.
3 Stacks.
Yep.
3 Stacks, and the next one is crazy is motherfucking Frank Ocean.
Oh yeah,
Frank Ocean's fucking great, bro. What are you talking about?
But that's that R&B shit that you got in there, which is really cool because I feel like that is one of my favorite genres of music, and it's one that is like the least. It's like the least played. It's like the least thing right now, but it's one of the best genres. It's like. Do you like to flow? Do you like to feel shit? Do you like to be like dancey but a little emotional? Yeah. That's R&B. Like,
exactly.
Just
especially
love it.
The shit that like Frank does is like
where
I get it from him is like stream of conscious shit. It's like the way you go from thought to thought. Like Blonde is my favorite album of all time.
Great.
Like
Blonde's so good.
Like the best musical album of all time is Blonde to me. And it's like the way he go from thought to thought. It's like he embodies the consciousness. Like whatever you thinking, you don't know how to say it. That motherfucker gonna say it, and you gonna feel it, and that's what I try to embody in mine.
Have you ever listened to Astral Weeks by Van Morrison?
Never.
So that it's like it's a late '60s, early '70s record, but the whole thing is his band went in, recorded the music, and then he just whatever came to his head, that was what went on the record.
Yeah.
He like freestyle song the whole time?
First take. 12 songs.
Nice.
Crazy.
That's Lil Wayne shit right there. That's
it's good though.
Yeah.
His best music came off of that album. So.
Man,
I believe it.
Speaking on 3 Stacks though, that's interesting because you have a song with what's his name? JC Owens. Yeah, JC Owens, Truth Serum.
Yeah.
When I first heard his fucking voice for like 2 seconds, I was like, is that fucking Andre?
You talking about JC?
Yeah,
bro, he's nice.
Does he not kind of sound like 3 Stacks?
A little bit. He definitely
like,
a little bit.
He kind of has that like, not in a bad way, but like he kind of has that almost like through the nasal passage. Kind of like, And like, he sounds great, but like when I heard it, the first thing I thought about, I was like, I'm a fucking 3 Stacks.
3 Stacks, right?
So that's fucking funny. That's one of the influences, man. Yeah, because he sounded similar.
No, hell yeah.
So I wanted to ask who the feature was on the headphone song.
Headphones recommended?
Yeah, headphones recommended.
I don't think there is a feature on headphones recommended.
Is it you just like changing your voice for the part where it's like Gee's my son?
That's my dog. That's my dog, GP.
GP?
Okay. Right? I met GP in college. He's probably one of the coolest motherfuckers that you ever gonna meet.
He seemed cool as fuck.
Bro.
I was listening to it and I was like, I love G.
Is that
I want to know who this is too, though.
Is that when he was like, I'm in the studio, you trying to come by and rap?
Yeah.
He's like,
bro,
nah.
fashion icon, down to earth person. Like he's tall as fuck. He's like 7 feet.
Jesus.
And he's just big personality, dog.
Yeah.
And those are the type of people you like to surround yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
with.
Oh yeah.
Big personality, people who are unapologetically themselves.
100%.
Yeah.
And so that's really the only people I surround myself with, who are like themselves, who are able to be themselves without worrying about what other people think about him. Like he really does whatever he wants to do. He having these motivational joints. I don't know if y'all follow Wallow, but he be on some Wallow shit where he like, this GP, I want to tell you, hey, keep going, da 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 da, like shit like that. Like
awesome.
That's good, man.
That's the shit that's the shit that we need. But that's the shit that,
positivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the shit that don't get likes and attention.
Unfortunately,
you gotta be in some bullshit to get likes.
Yeah,
and attention.
no. Nowadays, it's gotta be a little bit more aggressive than that. But that's a good segue. Unapologetically yourself, because one of my other questions was, so through the growth of your rap, right, from the first album you put out to now, you're kind of tapping into your more vulnerable side.
Yeah.
Was there a small part of you that was a little bit worried to showcase that side? Were you like, man, my homies are gonna clown me, or like people are gonna like, they're so used to this certain side of me that now I'm over here talking about all the weight that I got on me, and I'm kind of worried that they're gonna think something of it? Or were you just like, fuck it, man, this is how I feel?
Oh, no, hell yeah. I always had that fuck it mentality. It took me a minute to get there, though. So, like, my first shit, it came out, like, 2019. I was finished that shit in 2017. I was just bitching.
Sitting on it.
Yeah.
Scared. Like,
quit sitting on fucking music, bro. It's so good. What are you doing?
Like, dog, just
you hiding from the world, man. It's not fair to us.
What if they don't like it? What if this? What if that? And then it's like, bro, like, how the fuck you ever gonna know if you don't drop it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just dropped it. And even on that first shit, I was vulnerable. You know, I talk about, my father problems, spirituality, shit like that. And then it's like, you have to drop that first shit in order to, like, progress your growth.
Man, once you put that foot in the door, once you jump in the deep end, you only got 2 options.
Dog.
Sink or swim.
I put the project out, and then the singles after that, everything just started elevating. I put another project out. It's been 3 years since I put a project out. I think the growth on this next one is
insane,
bro. It's astronomical.
That's
like,
so cool.
Man, just the quality.
I'm so excited to hear it.
Me too, man. Yeah, no. I mean, real shit. It's weird. It's so fucking weird because dude, you're like at the top of my listening right now, and it feels weird sitting like across her. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to blow smoke up your ass. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's why I walked in and was like, I'm so glad to meet you.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
You're just good as fuck at what you do, and that's like so rare. I think, especially this town makes it rare. Mm-hmm. Nashville fucks with your perception of musical ability.
Everybody wants to have a radio hit.
Doesn't even matter because everyone can play better than you too.
Yeah.
There's not a single person in this town that can't play guitar better than I do. But I guarantee you the way that I write isn't like any of them.
Hell yeah.
So that's the most unique part about it is the lyrical content.
Not even lyrics. Like, I mean, you listen to the instrumental off of my new album.
You know I love your shit.
Well,
I love your shit.
But what I'm saying, though, is like all of that. And I want to know if you relate to this. I'm going to tie this into a question. Mm-hmm. The way that I write my music is I sit down and I guess you would call me a multi-instrumentalist just because I produce and record everything by myself. I play guitar, I play bass, I sing, I program everything, I master it, whole nine. And it's all totally improvised. Like, I don't even write lyrics. I just sit down and I groove. And then eventually I go, that's a good idea, keep that. And then I just build on top of that until I have a full song. And so I guess my question really is, like, because of the way that you just described what you do, is there some sort of, like, improvisation or, like, just stream of consciousness that comes into play with, like, how you, not necessarily for, like, lyrics, but maybe, like, how you choose beats, how you choose producers, how you, like, formulate a record? Like, what is your process for, like, do you manage it, or do you kind of just, like, let it flow?
Man, I feel like I don't even have a process, bro. Because it'll, like, some of the shit that I've written, I've started it when I was in, like, the 9th grade.
Yeah.
And it's just one line.
Yeah.
Right? And then, fast forward, here we are later. I've been out of high school for, like, 7 years now.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck the case may be. And, like, I'll go to that one line, and then, it starts like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I feel like, for me personally, I don't, when I'm going through shit, or when I'm in a bad mood, I can't write.
Yeah. Same. Oh my gosh.
Like, some of the most vulnerable shit I write, the saddest shit I write, I wrote it on, like, the happiest days.
Yeah. No shit.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm vice versa, man.
Oh, I totally feel that.
I can only write when I'm going through some shit. That's why I write one song a year, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like, I write a line, I come back to the line in, like, a month.
Yeah.
And then there's lines that I've had from months ago that I come back to in the present time, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling this shit now. I'm feeling this. Like,
I always wish that I could have been like that.
Yeah.
Because everyone that I look up to and listen to, like, talk about their process for writing music and stuff like that, like, I'll use a kind of corny example, but, like, everyone knows the song Dream On by Aerosmith. Like, that song Steven Tyler wrote when he was 17. Mm-hmm. He didn't put that out as a single until he was 27.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so, like, that, I always, like, everybody I've ever looked up to musically has always just been like, oh yeah, this was, like, totally methodical. I didn't plan this happening necessarily, but I wrote this line and I knew that was good shit. Yeah. For me, I can't. See, I wish, though. I love that insight, too, because I feel like that makes so much sense for why your music and why your lyrics are so meaningful. Yeah. Even if they're not necessarily always the most personal, they cut. Yeah. You know, like, when I'm sitting there listening to one of your tracks, like, it's not like I'm not anywhere else. It's not background music.
Yeah, right.
It's in the forefront. Right. Yeah. Which is like,
it takes a lot, man.
That's an artist.
No, it takes a lot to demand attention, especially from artists.
Yes.
Which I use the term for myself loosely, but I mean, singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
If you can demand the attention of people, which you do very well, that speaks fucking volumes, man. And you do a really fucking good job at it.
Even that freestyle in your car, dude, legit.
Yeah.
I listened to that like 3 times on the way here because every single time I was like, why did it stop here? Like, keep going.
not even one of your most profound, but I ain't gonna lie, man. One of my favorite ones to listen to is B&H.
Oh yeah, bro. Look,
here for the bitches and Henny.
Look, listen, bro.
That shit, man.
That was a Big Cozy produced jump.
No shit. Yeah.
Big Cozy. That was actually the first song we ever did. So like
really,
I met Big Cozy in 2021.
Wow. Right?
Not even that's 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like right out of the pandemic and everything too.
Right,
that's
bro,
like
all of that shit, bro. And I had met his brother prior to that. I didn't even know he was brother. I didn't know he had a twin, shit like that. So I met Big Cozy, and then like a few weeks later, he sent me this beat. He like, yeah, I think this shit gonna be you. Mm-hmm. And then I sat on it for like weeks. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna say on this? And then Bitches and Henny came out.
Yeah, we came from Bitches. It was great, man.
I was drunk as fuck writing that, bro.
You kind of have to be. I feel like
you have to be.
Yeah, you got to be in the mindset to write the song you're talking about.
But it's such a good song to just roll the windows down and let everybody else hear, and you like, I don't give a fuck if you like it or not, man. I got Randy. I got 80-year-old Randy with his wife next to me in the fucking Tahoe.
Yeah.
And I'm here for the bitches and Henny.
Exactly,
I fucking love it, man. No, I it's funny. I do the exact same thing you do. I've got bars written in my phone from when I was 20 years old. The only difference is...
Yeah, we were working together. You wrote them on FaceTime with me.
Yeah. A lot of them. The only difference is, man, I never go back to them. And I can't delete them either. I'll go back and I'll look at them and be like,
that was good.
Fuck, dude, those 4 lines are hard as fuck,
Yeah,
man. And then I'll be like, I'm gonna write on this later.
Yeah.
Never do, man.
Never throw anything away.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like, ever,
absolutely
bro. Even
not.
if it's fucking 2 words, bro. It could be like, bro, apples and trees. Bro.
Even that
like,
shit that I showed you earlier, man. I might cut that eventually. I'm gonna send you that though.
I'm
gonna send you that shit.
Like, it's just never throw shit away, bro. Because it's like, I feel like you wrote it for a reason.
Absolutely.
You thought of it for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of understanding timing and shit like that. You know, you gotta understand the timing and shit. Like, when you understand timing, you understand what's going on around you, like, you don't even stress shit. I don't stress shit, bro.
Good.
Like,
I love that.
And so when it come to writing, I've had shit from when I was in 10th grade, like some shit on a new album.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the beginning part when I was in 10th grade.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, fast forward now, you get a couple drinks in you, the environment different, the shit feeling different. You like, yo, I could finish this shit now. Yeah. And then that's how it happened.
And you're an adult now too. That's a huge difference, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sometimes
go ahead.
I was gonna say sometimes all it takes is hearing a different beat than what you had in your head too.
Exactly.
A switch up of BPMs can make all the difference as far as flow and you even writing it. I've been writer blocked, and then I thought I was writing this song on guitar, right? I thought I was gonna write these lyrics for this guitar rhythm, and then I just stumble upon a different guitar rhythm I like, and I'm like, oh shit,
cool,
exactly.
That works.
That song that I showed you when I FaceTimed you, like 2 weeks ago, I played him this, and I was like, man, I really like the way this sounds. I just don't think I can write on it.
Yeah.
And then what was it, like 4 days ago, I FaceTimed you, and I was like, hey, man, how does this sound?
Like, I just, like a whole verse.
A different day, man. It was just a different day, and it all came to me at once, and I was like, oh, shit.
And that's like the main reason I come down here, bro. So it's like, people that see me, they be like, damn, you going all the way to fucking Nashville to record, da-da-da. I'm like, bro, it's not even about just the recording. It's about, like, stepping out your comfort zone.
Right. Change of scenery.
Booking a ticket.
Yeah.
Going on an airplane. Going to somewhere where, like, I've never been in Nashville to the first time I came out here. And, like, that's what it's all about. Like, getting a change of scenery, a different set of people.
Yeah.
A different groove, a different BPM to the instrument, like a different scene. And it just triggers something inside of you to be like, all right, I gotta adapt to this. Like,
well, especially when you go through that process, it's like, all right, we're not sitting in the bedroom anymore. Mm-hmm. We're on a motherfucking plane headed to make some motherfucking music. Like, that's gotta start a fire in you a little bit. Like,
I'm telling you.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, the legitimacy of the music, like, it's raised up a lot more.
Yeah.
You're willing to put in stakes. Like,
you're not just going to the homie's house fucking around in his closet studio. Like, you're doing some shit.
Well, and that's I mean, I feel like that's kind of where I've gotten to at this point, where it's not like I'm not, out there looking for, like, producers, because I do all my own shit. But it's like the things that I was writing, like, 4 or 5 years ago, hugely different to now, just because, like, my whole friend group is different.
Oh, hell yeah.
My whole life is completely changed.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that has come through, like, self-growth.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't a part of it, like, I wouldn't feel nearly as legitimate about the music I was putting out. Because I put out music that long ago. Mm-hmm. It just sucked.
No.
Some maturity, though.
It didn't suck, man. I mean,
nice
the last album... No, for real. The last hour, EP, whatever you want to call it, the last one you cut was good. Yeah. It was good. But what I will tell you, showing me the snippet the other week of the new shit you're working on sounded even better. And not just... It almost sounded like a different person wrote it.
That's why you got to drop it.
Yeah. That's kind of my whole thing. It's like...
You got to drop it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and to that point... I want to ask you about something a little bit more specific, which is, this is a problem I have with local artists, because I've been in a bunch of different local artist scenes. I was in the, like, kind of like rock scene, then I was in like the punk hardcore scene. Stayed there for a long time. That was my e-boy phase. That was like, let me get fucked up and then get thrashed around.
It's my e-boy phase.
Look, if you go to enough hardcore house shows in Nashville,
buddy, Murfreesboro used to have the best house show scene that ever existed. That's what Per Palace,
yes.
The Rabbit Hole,
okay.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Yeah. Foreman's Basement.
Okay.
Right off Greek Road.
Quick side note on Foreman's Basement. I left there to buy weed one time.
Yeah.
And I went to my dealer's house. And funny, so me and him used to work at a vape shop together. That's how we know each other. And when I pulled up to my dealer's house, I went inside and I was like, I dapped him up and I was like, all right, let me get like a cool like 8th. Something for tonight.
I know it's a lot, but I can manage.
Yeah. Because I really just wanted to smoke it at the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll roll a couple blunts, we'll all have a good time.
Right. Because sharing is caring, honestly.
As soon as I got there, dude that we used to serve at the vape shop every single day walks in, and they look at each other and they go, oh, hold on, I got to take care of business real quick. I put 2 and 2 together. Dude was the plug for my dealer.
Oh, shit!
So the way that it worked out was they didn't let me leave until the deal went down because I was like an unbiased third party to the whole event.
Oh, shit.
Which meant they handed me a blunt, and I sat in the corner and went like this. And they both went, all right, you got the shit? And they were just like, yeah.
Because I'm sure they're dealing in quantities here.
Here's the fun part. They both put out like a Glock on the table.
What?
Pointed
like
at each
other. Like
other.
fucking Wild West scene?
Like it was Goodfellas. So they got Glocks pointed at each other, and they just unzip their backpacks, swap a pound. Like, I guess my dealer had some, like, mid, and the other guy had, like, some better, but he was just like, I'll sell the shit. And they literally, like, just swapped a pound with the guns on the table.
Oh, shit.
Everything was cool. Both of them dapped me up, and then I left. And I was like, I don't know how. This is my life right now. But yeah, so... On that sort
I'm curious where that segue was coming
so the segue is going to, do you come here just to produce, or do you come here to play shows? Because there's a huge rap show scene here. And I don't know if that's what you're tapping into, or if it's just the producers.
I've never did shows out here. I come out here strictly to just record.
Gotcha.
Just record. Because where I'm from, man, it's hard to find an engineer that's on the same type time as you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That knows what you like, that know your sound, that know your cadences, that know what to do, what plugins to put in and shit like that. Where I'm from, it's hard to find that shit. So it's like, if you gotta spend an extra couple $100 to get that in order to achieve what you're trying to do, you gotta put that out.
That's the point.
And I think that's the problem where most people go wrong at is they do it the cheap
as possible.
Yeah,
cheap. That's how you get that SoundCloud sound.
Yeah, exactly. And it comes. It's like, I got tattoos and shit, hella tats and shit like that. And people be like, you spent $1,000 for them. I know a brother that can do it for $250. I'm like, yeah, but that shit's gonna fade away eventually.
Yeah, that's not gonna look good.
That's not good. It's not good. Line work. That's not good. Nothing.
I know $250 full sleeve. He'd do that for it. I'm like, no, I'm
$250 for a full sleeve.
Bro, exactly.
I paid $6 for my chest and it ain't even done yet. It's just the outline.
Bro. Exactly.
Speaking of cheapest tat, you can buy.
No, bro, but only real shit's gonna last, bro. So it's like, if you expecting to get something out of it, you gotta put some shit.
What you just said right there. Only real shit's gonna last. Quality.
Yeah.
Quality is what's most important.
Yeah.
Because if they can build it cheaper, chances are
they will.
It ain't gonna be as stable.
At all.
It's not gonna be a strong infrastructure.
Can I say one thing real quick about that?
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to give myself a platform necessarily, but so I have 2 degrees. One is in cinema production and the other one's in mass communication. So I'm like a filmmaker. That's kind of like what my trade is.
Bro, my major was mass comm.
Oh, dude, fuck
no
yeah.
shit, hell yeah.
I dropped out, bro. I dropped out.
Put your hand back.
I feel. So like my whole thing with that is like always been, and what it's continued to like show me in a professional environment. People do not hire specialists anymore. Mm-hmm. In old Hollywood, you would have a guy that was just really great at building like animatronics. Like he would come in, build a dinosaur for you, and all of a sudden you have Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That guy does not exist anymore. Same with like being really great at like visuals. Like if you're gonna be that guy who like masters the photography portion of filmmaking, there's not a job for you now. Because people don't want to hire a specialist. They want to hire one guy that can do everything cheaper.
Exactly.
And it's seeping into music.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, we talk about this a lot. I have some experience of, like, touring on the road. And one of the classic examples I give to, like, people who ask me about music is, like, do like, A-list, I won't call them A-list, C-list celebrities, do people who have like #1 records out right now, like do they sit in the studio and produce shit? No. What they do is they hire one guy to come out on the road with them. They'll write 2 songs, maybe. They'll get super fucked up. Coke, weed, Jack Daniels, 24/7.
Yeah.
By the end of it, they'll have like 1 or 2 songs that'll be a hit once a good producer, good engineer gets a hold of it. Mm-hmm. But they're a jack of all trades in the same exact way as with filmmaking, because the way that they write those songs is they go, hey, I don't know how to use GarageBand. Can you like put a 4/4 track like just with a kick drum and like a G to C chord progression down? And I'm like, I'm your camera guy, but yeah, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, that's a song that's written and I get no credit for it. But
That's
it all
fucked up.
stems from the fact that they don't know how to do it. They need people around them to know how to do it.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to pay top dollar for those people.
Exactly.
They're willing to pay for like the experience level of someone who just got out of college and can boost them up when they're already living in mansions.
Right.
So
It's interesting.
One thing that we say in my trade actually that applies to pretty much everything realistically is you can't put a price on craftsmanship. All right?
Yeah.
So like if we go into someone's house, I don't give a fuck if it took me 30 hours or 30 minutes to fix it. I don't want to hear any bitching about the price. Because you're paying for the knowledge, and you're paying for the skill set, and you're paying for the quality of work. And it's the same thing with music, man. Yeah, you could do it cheaper. Hell, you could find somebody on YouTube and just send them $75 for a beat.
Yeah, license
it's a lot less than that actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could sit there and buy beats all day. That's nothing, man. You're never gonna get the same quality as somebody who knows you.
Yeah.
And then not only that, let's take Cozy for example. You know him pretty well. He knows you pretty well. Y'all know each other's skill set. You know how each other's flows.
Yeah.
He could make a beat. You could rap on it. He could listen to it and be like, that would actually sound better if I just tweak this one part right here. Just the beat. Not even you.
Yeah.
Let me tweak my end of it to match what you're doing.
Exactly.
You can't match that, man. I mean, that is craftsmanship right
Chemistry,
there.
bro. I've never paid for a beat in my whole life.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
That's
because you're a good person.
People that, man,
that's
it. that's good because that's people that believe in you and you're working with them because you believe in them. And I can just tell from the type of person you are, you're not the type of person that's going to like, let's say you catch traction, right? Which I fully believe.
Oh, yeah. I'm
100% capable
in
of.
about 2 years, you would not have done this podcast.
Right, so I told him on the way here, I said, bro, one day, give it a year, I'm going to be telling people, like, bro, I drove Jee Malik to my house and had him on the show. Like, But I can tell that if you took off, you're taking everybody that you've worked with you. You're not going to let everybody's eating. You're not going to let anybody go hunt. Nobody's going to be sitting at the bar one day like, I used to know him. I used to work with him.
Yeah.
If you're a brother and your family, and you're coming with me, man. That's what's important, man. That is what's important. And you can really see it in the work because it doesn't sound like I just walked into somebody's studio. Yeah. They put on a beat. I rapped on it. It sounds like people who genuinely crafted a passion project together.
Yeah.
And you can always hear the difference. It's almost like grandma's cooking, man. You can taste the love.
Ooh, yeah.
You can taste the love. You can hear it, man. You can hear the love in the music, and you're like, these people are intertwined, man. Like it's like y'all can predict each other's moves and what's gonna happen next. It's a dance.
It's
beautiful.
That dance is so rare in modern music.
It is. Well, based on what you just said, talking about the people that you toured with, which we won't call them out again, but it was a country band.
Yeah.
Let's look at a country artist. Who just put out an album consisting of 36 songs. He's now the #1 streaming artist pretty much in the world. He sold 430,000 units. 430,000 units in the first week. Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
You know how many credits to his name he has? On that album, you know how many songs he wrote? Less than a third.
Yeah.
His name appears on less than a third.
Yeah, that's not shocking. Well,
most people wrote those songs, like Ernest or Hardy or know whoever.
Here's my favorite example of that currently. That song, "Unholy" by Sam Smith. It's like everywhere, like. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
So I found this shit on TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
Stay off that TikTok, man. It's
trying
in your
to,
brain,
man. It's
bro.
hard, bro.
So that was written by 4 people that had nothing to do with Sam Smith.
Really?
Not even close to him.
I believe it.
They just sold him the song.
That's usually how it goes, man. And nothing against
always how it goes, especially in the Nashville scene. That is like the main thing that Nashville. I let it slide. I let it slide a little bit more with singers, right? Because if you're a singer, you're really showcasing your voice, right? Yeah. But if you're kind of like
rapper,
an actor, like you can get hired onto a project.
If you're a rapper and you have a ghostwriter, though, that
totally
takes away
different.
all credibility because. As a rapper, you're not selling your voice. You're selling yourself. You're selling your story. You're selling your livelihood. So if you're going through a ghostwriter, what the fuck is that, man? Kelly Clarkson can have a ghostwriter. She's selling her voice.
Right.
I can sing like this. You like the way I sing. You like the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Fuck it, sing whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would listen to Morgan Freeman read anything.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because I'm only here for his voice. I don't give a fuck if he made it up. I'm here just to hear you. You could read me The Ugly Duckling every night, bro. I would go to sleep.
I would love that.
You kidding me? I would go best sleep of my life.
Better than melatonin.
Anytime I hear about a rapper though that did not write their songs, I'm just like,
fuck that.
Oh man. Even if it was the best song ever, I would rather give my listening credits to the writers. Than I would the fucking rapper.
Because they did the legwork.
Right. And if you're a singer, yes, the songwriters deserve the credits and they deserve just as much of, the fortune or whatever. Yeah. But at the same time, they felt maybe they weren't good enough to sing it, so they sold it to somebody else because he's got a voice to match it. I mean, look at the king of country. Yeah. Right? George Strait. Yeah. You know how many of his songs he wrote?
Like 10.
Out of his entire catalog.
Yeah, no fair.
But he's considered the king of country. And it's nothing against him, man.
No,
I mean, he's great. He's a great singer.
He's a puppet, which is great if you want to be a puppet. But I don't think a lot of people want to be a puppet.
Nah, but people when they get a little bit of taste, when they get a little taste.
It's the fame.
It's the labels, man. I'm so glad that we're shying away from labels nowadays. You're doing everything yourself, right? You're not signed to shit.
At all.
You're doing it right.
Jee Malik. That's probably the most important aspect of what you do. And that's not to say that if somebody came along and offered you the deal of a fucking lifetime and you had enough lawyers look at it and they were like, cut and clear, this is great. Sure. But for so long in the music industry, people were taken advantage of and they were just used to make the rich richer. And sure, you got rich, but you didn't get everything that you were entitled to. I don't give a fuck if they made $20 million. If they deserve 50, they deserve 50. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to bitch
That's
about how
Prince
much
was
money.
always on about.
Yes.
Prince never shut up about that. And it's great because he's one of the few examples.
Wasn't he signed to Sony Records for a long time? And then boycotted the shit
wrote
out of him?
Slave on his face because Sony Records held him to a contract. Which, I mean, man, what
that's a
ballsy
fucking move, brother.
He's a G. So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can I just real quick? I know I just went on a full rant.
You're good.
This deserves no response. You brought up Logic earlier.
Yeah.
I fuck with Logic's old shit. One thing. No.
We have a Logic defense here.
One thing. I think what everybody could respect is he signed on to Def Jam Records. Mm-hmm. They took advantage of him, and he outwardly spoke out about
Snoop
it.
Own Def Jam now?
I don't think he owns Def Jam. That's Death Row.
So.
Oh, you're right. Wait, no. I thought he bought Def Jam.
Man.
I know that he owns Death Row, but I thought
maybe he does now.
Okay.
Maybe
I might
like
be wrong.
A trade deal happened. I don't know. But what I
just know that he was like Axel something.
Rose?
No. It's the guy that bought Taylor Swift's masters.
Oh yeah, and then she redid all her shit.
Yeah,
that's a boss bitch.
It's
move
about
right there,
boss
man.
bitch.
But all I'm saying is, I respect the fuck out of him for that because he signed on. He thought he got a good deal. He had full creative freedom. They still found a way to fuck him. Yeah. And then he said, "You want me to put a record out for you? I'll put a record out for you." And he talked shit about him in the record multiple times. And then he cut Vinyl Days. And I'll tell you what, the last three projects Logic's put out, garbage. Yeah. Garbage. It's like he forgot all of his roots. Yeah. He forgot where he grew up in Maryland, you know what I'm saying? Like he forgot everything. Yeah. But then
Maryland's
you hear Vinyl
tough
Days.
Place too.
Yeah.
I grew up going to Maryland all the time because my grandmother lived in Maryland, and we lived in Fairfax County, Virginia, which is like a 40-minute drive from like where she lived in Maryland.
I want to say he was in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, so that's where my uncle.
Because he was. I want to say he was from West Deer Park.
It's a tough area.
Yeah, it's a tough area.
Like but there's some legitimacy to what
when he cut Vinyl Days. I mean, that was a good record. He really did have that. That felt like a passion project. That felt like that wasn't no 1-800 bullshit. Like that felt like a passion project. He had a lot of really good artists on there. He had Wu-Tang on that bitch. Pretty much damn near all of them. Like I mean, like he really did it.
And let's be honest, Wu-Tang is one of the best groups.
Ooh, come on.
I mean,
that's
even just like their solo projects, like Liquid Swords by SZA, like every time I take off on
they got
airplane,
a different flow, man.
That's the song. Yeah. That's the album I listen to every single time.
Everybody wants to be him.
Yeah, that's
hell yeah,
good as fuck. So G, I want to ask you because it's sort of a twofold thing. You have such a unique and independent flow, style, production quality. It's obviously very professionally done, but what I mean is like it's very unique to you as a person. I guess my question is, because it's so, in this day and age, so much of a compliment to compare you to other people. Specifically when I listened to you, the first thing I thought was like Earth Gang and Jid. Right. Because like for me, Jid is like top tier just because I love like the technicality of his rap. Earth Gang is vibes for me. Like I love Earth Gang.
You're a good mesh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could honestly say like, who fucking did Headstone? It's Zombie something.
Rob Zombie? No, Rob Zombie.
It's the three guys that all like drop acid like daily.
Suicide Boys.
No, but I love Suicide Boys.
Oh, Flatbush Zombies,
Flatbush
bro.
Zombies,
Yeah.
I honestly got like a little bit of Flatbush from some of it too, and I was thinking on the way here like, do I bring it up? Do I not? But I think what that's kind of resolved in is this question of like, how do you feel about the comparisons? Because you've worked so hard to be an independent artist and to be independent maybe of comparisons. Like, how do you feel like when people initially like think, oh, this person's as good as this person?
I kind of think that's the goal.
Yeah.
In a sense, like if you're not being compared to somebody, then what you really doing for?
Yeah.
But you know, some people say comparison is a thief of joy, but as it pertains to music, if you being compared to the people you actually look up to, that shit
that's everything.
That shit can never steal your joy, bro. It's when you put so much into something, and so like this writing process, bro, that's the fucking hardest shit.
Oh yeah,
world, bro. Especially like when you hit a block, when you hit a crossroads, whatever, bro, you feel like giving up on this whole shit. But it's like when you overcome it and you end up making music, and you making music that people love, and then they comparing it to the people you love, bro. That shit's incomparable. That is crazy. Bro. You can't put that shit into words, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's got to be the best way to look at it too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, you legitimately like you come off the page. Like that's I think the best way to describe it is like you know that it was written at a point, but like
it almost feels
your
like
personality elevates it.
Yeah. Plus, man, there's something about your voice.
You have the perfect voice.
I've never fucking heard a voice like it, man.
I hate my voice.
Are you serious?
Everyone does.
Are you record something?
Yeah, I sound
like shit. I don't watch our videos when we put them up. I refuse to watch them.
Same.
Like everybody I know watches them and they're like, man, that's great. You remember this part? I'm like, bro, I don't even remember that because it was a 2-hour conversation. I don't even remember that part
that we had 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago. That was a lot of drinks during that particular show. But I fucking hate it, dude.
Hate it, bro.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it, bro, but everybody says they love my voice.
I fucking love your voice.
Bro, this shit, like, even like when you watching videos of yourself, like when you in the background and shit, bro, this shit makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, is that me? Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? I hate my voice, but it's like when you actually doing it, I don't mind it when I'm doing it.
Right. It's just when you hear it back.
See what I'm saying? But it's like, they say some shit where it's like you find yourself like 80% less attractive than what other people find you. Or some fly shit like that. And I take that into account. It's like, alright, maybe this shit is cool and I'm just in my head. Cause I hear myself every day.
Yeah.
Right.
I see myself every day. Like I know myself every day, but like everybody, y'all don't know me every day.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's like a kind of, in a sense, it's like, damn, like he's fucking tough, and I'm thinking I'm just regular,
right? Yeah.
So it's shit like that. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, bro, I love this shit, man.
That's awesome.
By no means do I want you to take any sort of offense to this, but you have a very
but
no, quit with that butt bullshit, man. You have a very like captivating and approachable voice, though. Like whenever I heard your voice on the track, I immediately was just like, oh shit, dude, I want to hear more of this guy. Yeah. Because there's nobody else that sounds like you.
Well, more so than that, I felt it was just radio ready, like immediately.
Oh shit.
But not in like a, this is basic written.
No, not
radio.
Not commercial.
Yeah.
But like, could be on the radio. So not only could it be, but like should be bopping.
Man,
like
should
be.
Listen, we'll start pushing it around here. We'll start pumping.
Dude,
for
fuck
you, man.
yeah.
We'll fucking call up everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck it, man. But look, I hunted you down, man. Whenever I heard you on Sam's track, right? Because the first time I ever heard you was on King's.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's the first time I heard you. And Sam, I got nothing but love for Sam. Yeah. I think he is equally as good, man.
Yeah,
Sam is
man.
Great artist, man. Yeah. Sam Will, everybody should listen to Sam Will.
Yeah,
he's excellent artist, man. I mean, just a very wholesome, down to earth, funny person too. Like, just such a good dude, man. And then you hear him rap, and I told him too. I was like, dude, like, when people tell me they rap, I'm always prepared to fake excitement.
I'm skeptical.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always prepared to be like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, they're gonna show you. You're gonna be like, yeah, dude, that was solid.
That shit hard.
Yeah. Because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Yeah,
I'm not a mean dude.
I want to hear a little bit about that from your perspective, though, because like I'm in sort of a weird space with like my musical friends because all of them only do rap.
Okay.
I'm the one dude who's like doing like experimental, 80s, like weird shit,
70s
like,
inspired,
like
psychedelic rock
things that I want to play at a festival because I want to be a fucking front man. Like to be perfectly honest, like the most joy I get in my life is when I get on stage and just like swing my dick around, basically.
Yeah.
And like that's one of those things that like you can't fake that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it either comes naturally or it doesn't. I love performing. But like all of them, their biggest thing is like, in my opinion anyways, they'll sit on tracks forever. They'll do one single every 2 years and they'll be like, I'm a rapper.
Yeah, bro. Look, this be the whole thing, bro. Motherfuckers think they Kendrick, bro. You're not Kendrick.
Nobody's gonna be Kendrick.
Nobody.
We
gotta. It's like people they think and people like to live in their illusions.
Yeah,
like
that's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah, so it's like, even I was guilty of that one time. I'm like, I drop every 2 years. I'll be killing motherfuckers. I could rap that up, but like, no, but nobody knows you.
Right? Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You haven't done enough
out
things.
now, though.
Yeah.
Exactly. I keep them shits out now. It's like I don't even, because once you get them out, they don't belong to you no more.
Right? No, that's just in the universe.
Shit belong to the world.
Yeah.
So it's like, it don't even matter what's really going on. As long as you drop that music, drop that
Listen,
shit,
even if your new shit isn't as good, still good, but even if the newest song you came out with isn't as good as the last song you came out with 2 weeks ago,
what are you doing?
Consistency. You still put it out.
That's it.
Motherfuckers are still gonna listen to it. It's still gonna be in the rotation.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. That's what we've talked about continuously.
No,
consistency
is huge. But like, specifically on that topic, I do think that there's like a self-quality assurance that you put into your records.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what makes the difference between like, I'll give some corny examples just like out of my own sort of like thought process, but like, the difference between like a Mos Def and like a Nas is because like Mos Def put out some killer shit, and then that was it. Mm-hmm. That was it. And everyone still fucked with Mos Def.
Right.
It's just the consistency wasn't there.
It hadn't happened since fucking
what, like
93 or something.
Literally. And then like you have Nas. He's in his like
still going
50s, like late 50s, bordering 60.
He probably early 50s, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I could remember.
But like maybe like 80 years old, still in the booth.
Still though, like. When was his last record? It wasn't that long ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Then you have like a Big Sean, won't put anything out ever. Like, dude hasn't done anything since 2012.
No, not true.
I know that he has, but it's singles. It's not records.
No. Detroit 2 came out, what, 2018? 2019?
Mid, bro.
Okay, even still, that's what I'm saying.
Mid.
The first 3 songs were fucking fire, but after that, it was...
Even 2018, though, that's 5 years.
I'm so guilty of thinking
past.
2018 was like a year ago, bro. I graduated 2013, so like anything after that,
oh my God.
People are like, yeah, 2016.
I was in middle school in 2013.
Oh shit!
I'm like,
I was too.
Yeah.
About to
See,
go to high
I'm
school.
old as fuck. Man. Y'all quit talking about when I was in 2013, man. I've made me feel old, man. So, all right, so like, you haven't done any shows out here, right?
Nope.
Have you done shows in Philly?
Yeah.
You have.
How do you feel about
couple
that?
open mics.
Open mics, okay.
Open mic shit.
What is the rap scene in Philly like? And I'm not talking about people that just stay in their house cutting tracks and putting it on the internet or putting it on whatever. I'm saying like whenever you go out and you hit the scene, what's the rap scene like? Is it pretty competitive or is it kind of...
It's very... I think T-Pain said this shit, bro. It's more artists than chairs in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's super...
that's such a great...
Super fucking competitive, bro. I remember at one point, everybody wanted to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
In Philly? Or just in
everywhere.
general? Okay.
Now everybody wants to be a musician.
Right.
Everybody wants to do music, and it's like I feel like people doing music for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Well, once they found out that you could just upload on SoundCloud, Lil Pump, I think, started a fucking like. Lil Pump's not a great rapper, but he did start something because once he started popping, and then you had even Post Malone.
Yeah, Post.
But Post Malone was after Lil Pump, wasn't he? Wasn't White Iverson? Didn't that drop after Lil Pump?
I don't know. I was jamming to that back in high school.
You think Post came out first?
I think Post came out first.
For some reason, I thought Gucci Gang came out before White Iverson.
I remember listening to Post in high school. I was like 11th, 12th grade, some shit like that.
I was listening to Post.
I was already graduated.
That was a rough time in rap.
Crazy.
And then you had X. X came up off SoundCloud too.
X.
Wait before we dive too deep though. I want to know about the competitiveness in Philly though. Like when you go to an open mic, is there like
because we know there's a lot in Atlanta. Atlanta is competitive as
well. It's kind of like when you come up here to Nashville, bro. There's a country singer on every street, every bar. Everybody's a country singer.
Yeah,
you
but
go
they all
to
suck.
Click onto someone's bio on their Instagram in Nashville. If it says Nashville, Tennessee, country singer.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No, competitiveness is crazy, but it's like. Not to really like toot my own horn, but it's like I really don't see a lot of competition.
No, that's a good thing.
I see a lot of rappers, a lot of musicians, a lot of people doing this shit. But it's like, as it pertains to like content, you know, wordplay.
You hear a lot of ABC rappers.
Exactly.
Fuck
I don't hear
that.
I don't hear a lot of people doing what I'm doing.
Thought provoking.
Yeah.
You can tell but that's what I fucking.
So I don't really.
Yeah.
I pay it mind. Like, I support anybody. You love what you do. Like, do that.
If you're putting in the work to create
but
art is art.
Are they
subjective.
putting in the work? That's
art is subjective.
curiosity.
We've had this conversation. Art is subjective. If they record it and they put it out and they vibe with it, really that's what's important.
They doing the same shit I'm doing.
Right.
Basically.
You just better.
But it's just I'm at a higher level. So it's like I don't really. I'ma see you. I'ma support you. All that. But it's like I'm not gonna see you as competition.
You ain't gonna feature on a track with me.
Nah. But I love that idea of like I'm gonna see you. Like that's such a great way of putting it.
It's a very wholesome community.
Well, what you're effectively saying, I think, is like I'm gonna watch out for you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like if someone sucks initially and they start coming up, like
no,
totally switch that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like that's how you continue to get blessings.
Yeah.
Type shit is your life and the way it goes is based on how you treat the people you don't need. See what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's a really great.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I don't gotta. It's a lot of mumble rappers out here. I don't have to support you. I don't. You know, you're nothing. You're really nothing to me, honestly. But it's like you got a dream, just like I got a dream.
Right.
So I'm a rock with you. I'm a support you. Like,
but look,
all
I mean,
the way.
even this is a good example.
Yeah.
We didn't even have our. I reached out to you before we even recorded the first episode.
That's true.
Straight up, when we decided our show is going to be about talent and we want to talk to musicians, rappers, comedians, actors, you were the first person. You were the first person I DM'd.
That's true.
That's what I was getting at earlier. I tracked you down off of Sam's fucking page.
We've been talking about you for like 3 months now.
Motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
I want him. I want him on the goddamn show. Because there's not a lot of people that sound like that aren't already famous and have a team, millions of dollars worth of people in the studio. Yeah. Not even equipment, but people. Millions of dollars worth of people working with them. Yeah. There's not a lot of people like you. And so I was like, I want him. I reached out to you. We didn't have an Instagram page. We didn't have a fucking YouTube video up. We didn't have shit. I just said, hey, man, I fuck with your music. I would love to have you on. If not, keep killing it. And you said, we'll make that happen.
Oh, hell
and now you're sitting here, man.
See, bro, if you ain't know Sam, I probably wouldn't have responded to you, bro. I don't even respond to people I don't know.
Really?
That's how
I did name drop. I was like, I heard you on my boy Sam's tape.
Like, we gotta have some kind of mutual.
Right.
I mean, I'm a hood motherfucker, bro. I'm skeptical about everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
it's a healthy mentality, too.
Gotta be, bro.
You gotta mind your piece.
Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, I'm gonna look paranoid. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna never get got, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, bro, I definitely appreciate you reaching out, man.
I'm glad I name dropped them.
Yeah.
I did too, because I didn't want to come off weird. Like, hey man, big fan. You want to come talk to me in my attic? Like
Dalton breaking character.
So I got a New York poster and some alcohol if you want to come talk. Yeah, I'm glad I name dropped.
Hell yeah.
It's funny as fuck, man. Good shit.
On that note, I want to ask, like, do you... Because this is something that I think both of us as artists, but also just, like, me personally, like, really are maybe a little bit more, like, picky about is, like, specifically who we collab with.
Oh, hell yeah.
Have you ever had, like, a collab mistake? Like, have
you ever recorded and not?
Well, like, don't name drop or anything like that, but, like, you know, have you ever, like, left the studio being like, just, that was maybe not the right move?
Never.
Good. That's
very picky.
So cool.
Never.
I don't know any other artist that has that to say.
Yeah, bro, never. It's like even if you're not on the same level as me in terms of like consciousness, wordplay, whatever the fuck.
Right.
As an artist, you gotta be able to adapt.
Yeah.
So it's like I've done mumble shit.
Yeah.
But it's not mumble shit. I've really like.
It's not the crowd. It's G appeasing to that audience.
I still keep it myself.
Yeah.
And that's what you really gotta have in this shit, bro. You really gotta keep it yourself. tailored. It's a fucking word, bro.
Yeah. That's what you do though, because I've heard you do it on different tracks with different people. Even like JC Owens, or who'd you cut that track with? Johnny Bravo. Who'd you cut that with?
My man Feast. Shout out Nafis Hassan, man. That's he's crazy. I gotta tune in him. He just dropped an EP too, man.
Oh, listen, man. Yeah, he's good, dude. Believe me, everybody that you have featured with or had on your tracks, I have clicked on their motherfucking page and listened to their shit too. Like,
no, exactly. And even if like, I'm gonna push somebody to be their best. So even if it's something that I might think is below me, I'm gonna make you write your verse 3-4 times. Right. Even if, like, I'm saying.
But that's constructive criticism from love.
Has
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, smart.
It's like that Devil in the New Dress shit. Kanye made Rose write his verse like 3 times. Yeah. Damn. And you see what we got from that shit. Like, it's one of the best songs of all time.
Oh yeah.
Easy. And so like if you be in that situation, I'm always support everybody. I'm not above anybody.
But you're gonna build them up too.
Absolutely. Until I get a Grammy, I'm not above nobody. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna work with anybody, and I'm gonna bring the best out you as you bring the best out of me. And that's the way you gotta look at shit. It goes back to the gratitude mindset. Yeah. Like, bro, I'm just happy to be here, bro. Yeah. I'm happy that you reached out to me. You know? I'm happy to be here. Like, you know what I mean? I'm happy to make music. That's the fucking thing.
Man, it's like what you said though. Like connections are the most important thing. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a conversation that can't be taken away.
Personability.
Right.
We want to be great hosts to you, but we also want to build you up, and we also expect that you're gonna fuck with us enough to like have a straight up conversation.
Oh hell yeah.
Right, yeah. 100%.
And that's like that mutual respect. I think is one of those things that like maybe is getting lost in this world of art right now because it's so me and so quick.
I'm not gonna say the name. Do you remember the guy that I pulled up and was like, hey, this guy's from Nashville. He does kind of this like pop punk kind of stuff. Yeah. It's kind of cool. And you even made the comment, you were like, I just feel like I get this vibe that he might think he's too good for us. Though. Yeah. I hit him up. And I got a response. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah. I ain't going to call him out, but that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not shocked. Yeah, because that's what people do nowadays. They measure,
and it's not like he's got.
But what they do
he ain't even got 100,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like but still, it's like, well, I might not be making money, but people are looking at me, and so I'm better than you. Clout, which is fine, bro. That's fine, man.
It's clout. Clout is a hell of a drug, man.
I imagine it is, and I can't judge too much because I've never had a taste of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never had a taste of it. I would like to say 100%. I know myself. I would never treat anybody differently. But
you might.
I might.
But you never know.
To that same coin, I don't know.
You
there's a heads and a tails, bro.
Be given it to a degree.
I just don't see it happen. I love people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I couldn't never see that side of me. I would be.
I don't.
Grace and I have talked about this. Like we got. Grace is my fiance. This is gonna be like such a off fucking topic thing real quick, but on that tune of like you never know, I feel like a dude just to the degree, you know the show Below Deck, y'all ever heard of that?
The stupid like sailboat show.
Yes. So there's a show on Peacock. You know what Peacock is?
Yeah,
like there's like Netflix Peacock. So there's a show called Below Deck, and it's the whole show is about just like super attractive people working on a yacht, and then rich people rent out that yacht, right? And a lot of them act like fucking assholes. A lot of them do because they're rich, they're on TV because it's a fucking reality TV show and they're assholes. Yeah. And Grace and I were talking about it one night just for fun, and we were like you know, I don't even know. I feel like I would be such a bad guest on a yacht just because I don't expect anything. I would be asking these people to chug beers with me. Yeah, right. I would be like, hey, you want me to help you cook? Like, I can pick up these dishes. Like, you want to chug some beer in the back row? You try to take a photo real quick? Like, I would be the worst guest because most people are like, I need a cocktail. I need my food right fucking now. I need this. I need that. Yeah. They treat them like they're just workers. Yeah. Motherfucker, I paid $80,000 to be on this yacht. If I want you to drink a beer with me, sit down and drink this beer. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a good time. I'm here to have it. I want everybody to have a good time around me. Like, so you gotta share.
So, no facts.
Share. My bad.
A caveat to that statement, Gee. I want to know. Not like have you put people on before? Because I'm sure that you have. You've obviously kind of made that pretty clear that you, like, actively are trying to put people on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But what I want to know specifically is, like, how do you relate yourself to the idea of fame? And I don't mean, like, blowing up, like, you know, getting all this money and all these chicks and attention and shit like that. Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, what is your personal mentality as far as, like, is that, like, a goal? Or is that just, like, something that, like, if it happens, that's, you know, huge blessing?
I mean, if it happens, it happens. Like, even like when I go to LA, I don't like to stay in LA for too long.
Yeah, LA is shit.
It's not what it's cracked up to be.
That is the devil's town.
Oh, bro. It's like if I'm in LA for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Max.
Does it feel
Get
fake?
out of there.
It's just like, it's so much shit has happened. People dying, whatever the case may be. But it's just, I feel like it's bad voodoo, bro.
You just can't be there too long without seeing something fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, as it pertains to fame, bro, I don't need fame. I just need the real hip hop heads to love me.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's all I need. Like, it's...
Because that's what you are.
I related to, like, Mick Jenkins.
Yeah. That's a really great example.
I love Mick Jenkins.
Great fucking beats.
You never see Mick Jenkins in no scandals, no nothing. He just love on his wife and he makes good. We got a Mick Jenkins feature, actually.
No shit.
Ish. We got a Mick Jenkins feature. And it's,
oh my God.
Bro.
You're about to...
I'm gonna let y'all hear this shit after, bro.
Oh! That's why I brought up music on the way here. I asked him specifically, I said, who are you working on right now?
Yeah, bro.
I was hoping just to get like a little bump.
Let me just say this because I want us to tell you this. Just because you were so nice to come out to us.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, we're going to pretend like you flew out here just Man, we appreciate you
obviously
from
not,
Philly to here.
But you decided to put this time aside.
Hell yeah.
And... you're gonna be in outer space real soon.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
I just want to put that out there.
I think if you continue on the path that you're on, I think a year you might not be famous, but you won't have to have a day job. Yeah. And that honestly should be the end goal anyway.
Words have power. You're speaking that into yourself. We want to speak it into you as well.
That's love, bro.
That's what like a month ago. I was going back through our DMs, just like trying to like. Because we're talking now, you know, I do have a job to do, interviewing and whatnot. Yeah. So I was just trying to, like, get my P's and Q's. And even a month ago, man, I was just like, it's happening, bro. Yeah. I sing your praises to everybody, bro. Yeah. Everybody I show you to is like, who the fuck is this? How the fuck ain't I heard about this guy before?
Well, the first thing is we just wanted to love on you. Like, that really from that perspective first. We just wanted to be like, we appreciate this, man.
Man, love is everything.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm glad you feel that way, man.
Love is the key,
people get
bro.
weirded out by that shit sometimes, man.
People get weirded out by the word of love, bro. It's
yeah.
like, and especially where I'm from, man, love is kind of like non-existent. But like, I kind of adopted, like, I gotta move with love.
That's soft, man.
I'm in my soft boy era, bro.
That's good, man. You should stay there until you die, bro. You really should.
Bro, I'm a soft man, bro.
You should, man. So are we.
I'm open, because, like, once you realize, like, bro, whatever the fuck is going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
Even when you dealing with chicks, bro, it's like, somebody going to do some weird shit if they want to do some weird shit. Whether you solid or you not solid. They going to do some weird shit regardless. So once you put that in your mind, bro, it's easy to move. Yeah. Because you're not worried about the outcome. I don't worry about no outcomes, bro, because I know I kept it solid on my end at all times. Even when it comes to the music, it comes to relationships, friendships, whatever the case may be, I know I kept it solid on my end. I know I kept
so then even if something does go to shambles, you can at least sit back and when you reflect, you're like, wasn't on me.
Wasn't on me.
Wasn't on me. I was 100% myself.
Exactly. And
that's all I could be.
I forgive anybody for anything. I'm a forgiving motherfucker. Like, bro, I forgive you for whatever. I'm going to never forget it, but I'm going to forgive you. From the door. And forgiveness is
that doesn't
key.
mean the relationship's the same.
Exactly. And that forgiveness shit is for you.
But you don't hold that hate.
Yeah. Some internal shit, bro.
That's such a very interesting point.
It just makes me real quick. One of my favorite proverbs. And I don't know where it's from in scripture, but I know that it's an African proverb. And it says, you choke on the smoke produced from the firewood you fetched yourself. Which I interpret that as...
That's heavy.
I interpret that as, if you harbor hate and you hold on to that, the only person you're hurting is you.
Yeah.
If you hate me, you hate me and you go back to Philly, you're like, man, fuck Dalton. Mm-hmm. Fuck that guy. Mm-hmm. Bro, you sitting in Philly, you tore up. I'm sitting back here chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I don't give a fuck.
That's kind of like, bro, I grew up with father issues like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
Bad. Like, why he do that to me? Da 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 da. But it's like, once you kill your ego, bro, shit is...
You ever tripped before?
Yeah.
Did you have an ego death?
Yes.
Did it show you something about yourself?
Yes.
Did you notice a change in the way that you thought about everything after that?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
That's where I'm at now, bro. It's like
real shit.
Me too,
bro.
100%.
Yeah, me too. I used to be a real piece of shit. Yeah, bro. I was a heathen.
Father issues, victim issues, all of this, bro. Even like with dealing with women, bro. I do a girl dirty. Like, I ain't never had no dad that I don't know how to be a man. Da da da. But it's like, until you reach that accountability within yourself,
you
had them conversations with yourself that you really don't want to fucking have, and like you really
sometimes you gotta talk to your demons to really figure yourself out.
I talked to mine, bro. I was vulnerable with myself, and like that shit is uncomfortable as fuck.
Hell yeah, it is,
but once you come out of it, bro, it's like you look at life a whole different way. I don't like shit. Rarely phases me, like ever, cause I know it's stoic. I know it's all a part of a process.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know all this shit is happening for a reason.
But you're a strong individual, too.
No, hell yeah, bro.
You know what?
Yeah.
A good way to look at it. You're right. The shit is happening for a reason. You might not know what it is yet. Just like when you wrote that bar freshman year, you didn't know it was going to turn into a fucking gold track eventually.
Yeah,
it's all full circle, baby.
Full circle.
The serpent eating
That
the
is
tail.
such a beautiful way to look at it, man. I feel like I'm putting pieces together myself now and figuring shit out myself.
Because how we bring that to that, and we gonna probably end up bringing it to something else, bro.
You could be questioning
all this
right
shit is
now.
intertwined, bro. Especially if you're not living inside that box, bro. Once you boxed in, you fucked.
Yeah.
Once you outside that box, you outside your ego, you outside your motherfucking whatever the fuck you thought you knew, you didn't know, bro. You don't know shit. I don't know shit, bro. I just know what's in front of me right now.
I always used to call it like peeking behind the curtain. Like you do enough acid, like you see behind the curtain, and you're like, okay, well, this is really uncomfortable. I'd like to go back now, but that's not an option.
No,
you have to sit
once
there.
you can't unacid yourself.
You cannot unacid yourself.
Exactly.
You hear, baby.
Yeah.
See, shrooms was me. So see, acid. I feel like I never really had any. I had fun on acid, but I never had any like profound moments.
Acid is like my soul. Like I feel like that is what is inside of my blood.
Shrooms made
I
me.
believe it. That's why they make it illegal, bro.
Yeah, right.
That's
You know what?
That's what Ramdas
That's the way you're really supposed to be thinking.
Do you listen to any country at all? Is there any country artist that you appreciate? Why are you laughing? Why is that a funny question?
Because you're vying for country being like better than it is.
Only one artist, Sturgill Simpson.
Oh, well, he's not a country artist though. He's a folk singer. He's Americana.
Folk, bro. No, he's not. He is country. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No, dude. No.
Are you shit?
Sturgill Simpson.
We'll play it to you after this. You gonna be like that.
I'm a judge.
He spent a lot of time in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. True. He's real big nowadays, but he's got a song called Turtles All the Way Down.
Yeah, that's a good song.
And it's about tripping. It's about all the different drugs that are outlawed. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he's talking about religion and he talks about drugs and he says the line, tell me how you make illegal something we all make in our brain. Talking about DMT, dimethyltryptamine. So he's talking about that. And the whole song is about treating people well and how when you really go out on that limb... Mm-hmm. And you really want to find the answers, and you know, and I'm not saying the answers are always through hallucinogenics.
No.
But I know for me they were.
Yeah. And
I know for a lot of people they are. And he's saying if you ever do try them...
It humbles you.
If you ever do try them, it will show you things you didn't realize existed.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's got a line that says, you know, reptile aliens made of light come down and pull out all your pain. Talking about an ego death on DMT.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, just for me, like, I was scared enough of what I saw and what I felt having, like, the highest dose I ever took was 4 tabs of acid. And that was...
Oh, shit.
I was completely alone.
You did used to be a little fucking deadhead, bro. I remember, man. That was back in the vape shop days.
Yeah, I was was not a good person.
No, you were. No. You were a good person.
Well, I was still me, and like
you were
genuine.
a good person.
It's just like I was obviously like going through some shit. Like I had to be like, I wouldn't even say stony baloney. I was on
trippy my dicky.
I was in a different like. I was on a different planet. Like 99% of my day.
What was that one day where you tripped before school? You know what I'm talking
about. I stayed up all night tripping on acid, and I broke my hand because I punched a cabinet. Cause
talking shit to me, man.
It was so.
He said, "Square up."
But it was so stupid. No, because grandma, she would not.
You punched your grandma?
No, not at all. No, she she thought that school was still on, but it was like a blizzard outside.
Yeah.
And they had canceled school, and I was so like dopamine deprived that I could not formulate a response, and I just like punched the cabinet and went, "School was canceled," and then I like cried and ran off to my room, and I realized later that I had like broken my hand because I hit the cabinet so hard. Not a great story.
How was the cabinet?
Cabinet's looking great.
Did you punch the door of the cabinet or the side of it?
I punched like the hinge.
Oh, wow, that's like the worst spot you can hit.
I wasn't aiming. I was just like, ah! It was stupid.
And then
as fuck.
and then ran off and went to sleep.
Yes, I literally slept for 14 hours that day.
What did she? What was the follow-up conversation? What did she say?
The follow-up conversation was just like, I didn't realize that like school was called out, and I was like, yeah, I didn't mean to react that badly. I didn't sleep a wink last night. And she was like, oh,
you didn't go, yeah, I tripped my dick off. Or
no, well,
straight out.
Okay. Worst time I ever tripped, the fire department got called to my grandma's house while I was like on 2 tabs. And I had to talk.
That's enough to be uncomfortable.
I had to talk to the fire department and her while I was like peak of my trip.
Bro,
that shit sucked.
I bet.
I would never. Her face was like melting off, like while I was.
And you're
talking
just
to
trying
her,
to be like, you're just on drugs. You're just on drugs. You're just on drugs. In the back of your head, the whole time you're talking to her.
I remember that night. I literally was just like, okay, well, if I survive this, then nothing can touch me from here on out. And I think that was kind of the mentality I took away from it. Was just like, okay, I've seen death. I looked it square in the face.
The bad trip.
And
it's the only way to get out.
I tried to be friends with it, and
well, you know,
I came out on the other side
when I went to Florida.
Oh yeah, that was fucked.
I had a buddy that I work with, and he sold me some acid, and he told me he did acid every Friday, religiously. And he sold me this acid, and he said, "Listen, I know this is gonna sound right." he said, "I know this is gonna sound ridiculous, but please don't start with more than half a hit." Now I was like, half a hit?
Yeah, come on.
All right, man.
That's like Adderall.
I just like to appease him. I just said, okay. So we get down to Florida for my fiance's friend's wedding. We're only there for 2 days. We get there. Now, instead of being smart and stocking up the hotel room like normal people, they go buy water and, I don't know, food.
Couldn't have done that.
We went straight to the beach because they were having a party on the beach because we got there a little bit later in the day. So we went straight to the beach, brought the acid with us, just in case. Now we get there. We get there.
We know where that
went. There's a bonfire on the beach.
Yeah.
I shit you not, everybody there is on a different drug. Right, so there's like 2 people on Molly.
It's a fun wedding.
Oh, it was super fun. There was like 2 people on Molly, 2 people on Blow. You got the stoner corner. Like it was all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
So Grace and I were like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just do the acid right now. That seems like a good idea. The wedding was tomorrow. Right. And we knew we had to be up early, but we were like, it's fucking 6.
Yeah.
It's 6:30. We'll be fine. You talk yourself into it. So
and you'll be tripping until 6 a.m., but you'll be at the wedding.
We cut one in half and we split it. I was like, he fucking said, so we'll see. And a little bit later, we took the rest. And so, like, we're...
Oh, right. This is the guy that I also got acid from.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, you have nightmares about this, too. So,
this acid,
I'm standing in the ocean.
Oh, my God.
I'm standing in the ocean. I'm having, like, some deep heart-to-hearts like you do when you start tripping.
Yeah.
And she walks up to me and she was like, hey, can we please go back to the hotel before this really starts to hit? Because I'm starting to feel it. And I was like, of course. You never say no to someone who asks a question when you're tripping because you don't want them to have a bad trip.
No, right. So I was like, that's you being a good trip sitter. That people do not.
Well, I was tripping my dick off too, but I still knew. I was like, if she starts having a bad trip, I'm gonna have a bad trip, and we're in Florida, bro. Like that is not the place to have a bad trip. No. Florida is not the state. So I was like, yes. We get in the car, right? We walk to the car from the beach. I back out. I drive in a circle. I park right back in the same spot, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I just looked at her and I was like, I can't drive. It hit me. It hit me the second I hit reverse. It hit me. Yeah. I ain't even ashamed. I was so fucked up about this, bro. Like, I started, like, tearing up because in my mind, I was like, I can't even get my girl home, bro. Yeah. I'm so fucked up. The one person I'm responsible for protecting, I can't even protect right now. Right. And she was like, just let me drive. I'm good. And I'm over here like, nah, you don't get it. It's a principle thing. And she's like, yeah, just let me drive. I'm good. And I was like, all right, fucking. So, like, I'm in the passenger seat. The sad part is, from where we were parked, you could see our hotel. It was, like, right there.
Why didn't y'all just walk?
Because we needed the car, man. Okay. We were on drugs. I don't know. So, we get there. We go inside. The second we pull in the parking lot, I'm good. I'm, like, in a happy mood again. I'm like, we're home? And she was like, yeah, we're home. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. This is great. Yeah. So, we go upstairs. No water. No snacks. No nothing. And I was like, oh shit, we have to have water. I'm not drinking Florida tap water. That's for fucking sure. No, that's how I'm in the panhandle of Florida too. Like, I am not drinking Florida tap water. I was like, let's just go to the gas station. I'll drive. And she was like, we just got here. Like, you just couldn't drive 5 minutes ago. Are you sure you want to drive? And I was like, I'm good now. I feel good. I'm in a happy mood. Yeah. We get in the car. We pull out.
Yeah, this is where
I'm driving straight as it goes. I pull out, and there's a cop speeding up behind me. I pull out going the speed limit. I'm going 30. He's clearly going 50. He's catching up to me, and I looked at her and I was like, "That's a cop." And she was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "I'm tripping." And she was like, "Can you talk to him?" I was like, "I'm gonna try, but I might go to jail." So he lights me up.
That's the worst conversation.
We can see the gas station. We can see everything from where we're at. Yeah. We can see the hotel from the beach. I can see the gas station from the hotel. We're just trying to go places we can see, man.
But you never want to have to tell your girl, I might go to jail.
Right. You don't want to tell anybody that. So I've had to say that a couple times in my life. I've been blessed. I haven't yet.
Yeah,
but
same.
I only went to jail the once, and all the other situations I avoided.
Yeah.
So he lights me up, and I was like, this ain't good. So I pull into the gas station because I was already right up there anyway. So I pull into the gas station. I pull in a parking spot. He drives around the whole gas station 3 times with the lights on. I shit you not, bro. This is not me tripping. This really happened. He drove around the whole parking lot 3 times and then left. And I just looked at her and was like, I ain't even questioning it. I'm just going to go get water. So I go inside.
And you don't believe in God after that?
No.
Like,
so as I'm walking inside, there's a kid that looks like he's probably 17. He's wearing headphones like this. He's got a bike in between his legs. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. This kid's way too young to be out, I can tell. Got the headphones on, bike between his legs. And he's just going like this, man. He's just vibing, and I was like, "All right, man, that's fucking weird."
Called crack.
I was like, "That's fucking weird, man."
That's an Eddie Murphy joke brought to real life.
I went inside, I grabbed some water bottles and like whatever else, and I'm standing there, and there's nobody in there. It's like the worst situation of all time. I'm like, there's nobody in there, and I'm like looking around, and finally this other woman comes in. She gets her shit. She's standing behind me, and like I look back at her, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. And then this guy starts to walk in, and all he says is, I don't give a fuck what the government says. They're not taking my fucking guns. I don't care if I have a mental illness or not. Me?
Yeah, that's comforting.
Listen, I'm all for people having guns and everything, but when I'm on acid, that sentence was the last fucking thing I wanted to hear. And he finally... her and I just looked at each other. I was like, are we going to die? Like, is this it? Is this where it all ends?
Yeah, probably.
Finally get checked out. Finally get back to the hotel. We walk around a little bit. We go back inside. We know we need to go to sleep. We got to wait, go to this wedding. We turn on the TV. There's 2 channels available, right? Yeah. One of those channels, Shrek.
Okay.
The other channel, Bring It On, the cheerleader movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Put on Bring It On.
Yeah.
So, like, we're chilling. We're watching Bring It On. It's in the middle of the competition. And I looked at her and I said, I just feel like this movie seems really evil because they're being really mean to each other. And as I said that, the announcer went, domination. I turned it back to Shrek. Needless to say, when I got back home, I called the dude I bought it from and I went, what the fuck was that?
That's the best part of the story.
Because that was way too goddamn strong. And he said, how much you take? I said, well, I started with a fucking half. He said, what do you mean you started with a half? I said, I took half. I took the other. He's like, yeah. I didn't want to tell you this because I didn't want to freak you out. But the guy that I buy my acid from, he's retired. He's got Parkinson's. So, you know what Parkinson's is?
Yeah.
Where you shake a lot?
Yeah.
He said, sometimes you get a normal hit, but sometimes because he's shaking so much, you get like 3 drops on one tab.
Yeah.
That's why he said start with half a tab. I don't even know how many hits I took because that shit might have been fucking quadruple soaked. Yeah. So I in the long run, I bought acid from a guy with Parkinson's and tripped my goddamn dick off.
All I know is too that he must be a fairly big acid dealer around here because I have also gotten the same shit before.
Oh shit!
We were talking about it the other week.
Yeah.
This happened to me 6 years ago. No. 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we were talking about it the other week, and he was like, you bought
3.
acid from a guy with Parkinson's? And
Yeah.
I was the guy who was like, I fucking bought acid from a guy with Parkinson's.
It was one of those things where it was like, okay, well, this is not good.
If he hears this, I hope
just...
he DMs me and has more. Because, like,
same, oh my god.
I don't know your name, and I wouldn't say it even if I did, but if you got it, hit your boy up.
There is
that shit was
something
scary.
profound inside of me that craves LSD.
See, I'm more of a shroomy boy.
Yeah, I wish I could be. I like the intensity of acid. Anyway, point being, we've gone on for quite a while now. I think it's a good time to wrap this up, but what I want to do before we do that is because I feel like we've gotten a great understanding of your personality, G.
Yeah.
I want to ask you like a couple fun questions just to like close it out.
Let's do it.
So, I want to know like 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
You already said what your favorite book was, so I'm going to skip over that one. I want to know favorite movie.
Ooh, yes.
Favorite like classic record. Like not modern, but like something before like the 90s.
I got you.
And then I want to know what your favorite anime is, because we talk about anime a lot.
Anime. Oh shit.
Do you even watch anime?
I watch anime on mute to create.
Oh, fuck yeah. Just like the aesthetic.
I like that.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I've kind of gotten to that place
Word?
myself, honestly. It's a great aesthetic.
Alright, boom. My favorite movie is Paper Soldiers. With Kevin Hart, Beanie Siegel.
Damn, Beanie Siegel.
I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Another Philly.
Have to watch it. It's like the funniest shit ever. And if you high or drunk, watch this shit, bro. It's like the funniest shit ever, bro.
Say it one more time. Paper Soldiers?
Paper Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers.
He is Beanie Siegel from Philly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say,
Kevin Hart from Philly, Beanie Siegel
Kevin Hart from Philly? I didn't know Kevin Hart was from Philly.
Yeah, Kevin Hart from North Philly, bro.
Damn, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I knew Beanie Siegel was. I didn't know Kevin Hart was.
Yeah, Kevin Hart from Philly, too.
Man, Philly pump out talent, dude.
Hella.
So true, though. How could it not? It's a hard city.
Yeah.
How could it not?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Pressure creates diamonds.
And I think my favorite classical record, I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder, Visions.
Okay. Absolutely.
Songs in the Key of Life was my favorite shit growing up, but Visions is great too.
And my top 5 musical album songs in the Key of Life is in there. I think it goes Silver Demo, it's Blonde.
Yeah.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Oh yeah.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh God,
songs in the Key of Life. That's my shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's
dude.
like,
I got so lucky. My dad was a Latin percussionist.
Oh
so
shit.
He schooled me in everything. One of the coolest.
So you're not just white.
He's got the most interesting fucking bro. We could have a whole show based on this man right here.
That's how.
What's your heritage, Red?
I'm like 75% Greek, so I'm Mediterranean like by blood.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, my dad literally like from the womb showed me like Paul Simon Graceland, like talked to me about apartheid and like what that like actually meant in a historical context. He moved me on to Dizzy Gillespie and Arturo Sandoval, like the two best jazz players in the world.
Yeah.
Like the Blue album was one of my first things ever. I mean, I was listening to like Coltrane before like I was even 10.
Oh shit.
Like that's the shit that I grew up
this
on.
This motherfucker played Paul Simon on the goddamn podcast 2 weeks ago.
You're an interesting guy, bro.
50 different ways to leave a woman.
Yeah, 50 ways to leave your lover.
There it is. 50 ways to leave your lover.
I just what I love is groove. And I mean, like, for instance, like Papa Was a Rolling Stone was like the first song that me and my dad ever sang together.
Yeah.
So I like Sly and the Family Stone, fucking like that shit. Like Earth, Wind and Fire, like that is my shit. Fantasy is the best song in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is, but there's something about the like the chimes coming in and then the dun 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 and that like rhythm, like that resonates within my soul.
I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I can't be away from groove too long because it just attracts me back.
On some shit, bro.
Dude, fuck yeah, let's do it. I'm so hyped for that.
He's a good one to do it with, man. He's got some funk in him, bro.
Yeah, bro, let's do it. We're gonna do it, bro.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, we gotta do that.
You got it. Okay, so after this, after you answer the last question, he's gonna show us.
Yeah.
What he's been working on.
Yeah.
You should show him.
Okay. I'm down. I just, I don't want to detract from anything, but, if it's wanted. Then
it's always wanted.
Yeah.
That's why, once we cut.
Yeah.
Everything's up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, like you said, anime, like, it's sort of like an aesthetic choice at this point, you think?
What you go to is
for the background, so for my go-to, it's probably Attack on Titan.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's just so pretty.
It looks so good, bro.
Yeah.
And in my room, bro, I got the little LED lights.
Yeah,
and shit
that's
I probably got a shorty in the bed sleeping in the background. I'm creating with the, you know what I mean? It's just the aesthetic is beautiful.
Aren't those the best moments in life, though?
Dog, it's really euphoric. And that's what I try to capture in my music the most.
You paint a picture right now, though, because like when you log onto YouTube, you type in lo-fi beats, and it's always just like a still of somebody studying in their room, and it's got the lo-fi beat. I can just see G sitting at a desk,
just writing down some shit.
It's got Attack on Titan, and then some shorty in the bed sleeping.
Dog. That's how it is most of the time, bro. And it's so beautiful because it's like it's some real shit. Like
that's poetry. Just that scene is poetry. Because I
got right about that.
I got super lucky in the fact that my wife, her name is Poem, and
Word.
I have we were literally talking about this last night. I have the most beautiful life in the world just because I'm so fucking fortunate, and it makes me feel guilty all the time because I'm just I feel so grateful for the fact that I get to wake up and be me because I know so many people are scared
to be themselves.
themselves.
You could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, because I just don't give a fuck.
Right. You could wake up, if you wanted to, you could paint your nails, Poem wouldn't look at you.
No, she'd just be super happy.
She'd be like, can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that I have a wife whose name is Poem, and she's a writer, and she directs and writes stuff
she owns
for
her
theater.
Own production company.
Yeah, she owns a theater production company.
Shout out Ghostlight Studios.
Yeah, it's I look up to my wife, which is a position I feel like a lot of men don't get to be in, which I feel very fortunate for.
A lot of men are too prideful. They don't want to be in that position.
Ego,
also, which is sad, man. Ego
is a killer, bro.
All I know, though, is that every single day, because of her name, I'm reminded, I have to look through life in the lens of poetry.
Hell yeah.
And when I hear, that vibe, when I hear, girl in the bed, passed out, LEDs on, little feel good anime in the background.
Maybe you smoked a little bit, you're a little high.
Yeah, just chilling 2:00 in the morning, listening to a beat, just that bass, just kind of constant in the background.
When I see that scene, man, I also for some reason
my heart is warm right now just thinking about that.
It's always snow falling at the same time that inspires me for some reason. If
yeah.
I look out the window and there's rain or snow falling, or
rain.
Man, that's it.
There's something about that rain.
It's painting that picture, bro.
That's nature's melody, baby.
And see, I'll be able to paint that picture by just talking, bro. So we able to do that in our music, as well, and that's what separates us from everybody else.
Yeah,
everybody can't paint, bro.
No, but you paint. You paint.
I try to paint, bro. I'm no Picasso, but I paint, man.
You paint. You do. You do it.
It's important to paint, bro.
It is.
It's a difference between like rapping and you talking and you saying something, bro, and you painting. To paint, you really on a whole nother level.
There's mastery there.
Exactly. That's everything, bro. That's really honing in on your skills, bro. So it's like I've been rapping since I was like, I wrote my first rap in like the 4th grade. Or some fly shit like
so you knew.
Yeah.
That's why you work so well. It's because it's in you. It's your DNA.
It's in me. My brother is the main reason I started rapping. Shout out my brother, man. Shout out Cliz, man. He the main reason I started rapping. He used to record in the basement, burn the CDs, and he was selling the CDs. And I was with him when he was selling the CDs.
At the mall and shit?
Bro, at the gas station.
Hell yeah.
Or whatever. And we would ride around bumping him.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is hard as fuck. Like, you did this.
That's so cool.
Granted, he was shitty.
But that doesn't even matter.
But it don't matter.
He's your brother. You look up to him.
Dog.
Like,
and it's
that's
like,
family.
He was probably, at that point, he was probably the best rapper you ever heard. You were like, that's my fucking brother.
He's on here. He's on the radio. If you ask me, he's on the radio, bro. And it's like when I see now, I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I was 10th grade. I think the first beat I ever wrote to, it was some Dipset shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I really mean it.
Yeah.
I mean, some Dipset shit. And it was probably the corniest shit ever, but it was like, yo,
but it was you.
It sat with me forever, bro.
Yeah.
Like, every year after that. Even when I wasn't writing music, it was like I was thinking about it. It was in my head.
Yeah.
It's like the Miles Davis shit. Like he said, even if you wasn't doing music, would you still love music? Like,
yeah,
shit
fuck
is in my head,
because
bro.
you don't see the world through any other lens
at all.
Filmmaker, right? By trade. That's work to me. Mm-hmm. The way that I philosophize and see and feel the world, music. 100%.
Everything is music.
Everything is music. It's a language it's just like Stevie Wonder said. Yeah. It's a language it's not tangible. It's a language everyone understands.
Everything is art. Once you see the world as art.
That is true too. Yeah,
you see it as like, once you don't see life as like, oh, there's some bullshit. I gotta go to this job. Da da da. I gotta deal with this other shit. Deal with this. Deal with that. Like, you're not dealing with shit, bro. You just living.
There's no deal.
No deal.
Because that shit doesn't affect you on a personal level.
Exactly.
It's water off a duck's back.
It's never personal.
Yeah. It's
always internal.
Yeah.
Like, they say, like, the world, they say some shit, like, I'm a little drunk right now. I might get this shit wrong, bro. It's like, they say, you don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are.
Yeah.
Type shit. So, bro, I'm so centered and unbothered by like external issues and shit, whether it be women, whether it be a job, a fucking writer's block, whatever. I'm so unaffected by shit because I know like shit's gonna come back, bro.
Yeah.
Seeds get planted every day. Like it's seeds I planted months ago that's about to bloom right now.
Yeah.
It's seeds I'm gonna plant today that's gonna bloom months from now. So it's
bro, that gets me so hyped. I love that shit.
It's another callback to freshman year. You could write a bar. 10 years later, you go off that same bar. You could have had half a verse written. You finish it. That could be what gets you a motherfucking Grammy. That's what I'm
saying, bro. And that's how I know this shit that I'm making is timeless.
Yeah.
I wrote some of this shit when I was 14.
That's it.
I'm 24 now, bro.
Yeah.
That's 10 years later, bro.
The timeless is like so important.
That's what make the music what it is. That's why I love the music that I love. Because like, when I first discovered like Rashad and all them, I was in the 9th grade, 10th grade, whatever, bro. It was like
still bumps,
bro. I just started fucking with my girl, man. I'm in high school, going through the emotion, puberty and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
it's a hard stage of life.
I got my dick wet for the first time, bro. And it's like all of that. It's the music you're listening to as you're transitioning into wherever you're going.
That's what makes you a person.
That's what makes it timeless, bro.
Yeah.
Because every time I listen to like Silver Demo, Good Kid, Mad City, whatever, I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard it.
Dude, same. Me too, man.
That's timeless music,
when I listen
to
Mac, bro.
No, yeah,
Mac, Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City really takes me back. I was 17 years old. when that came out. I was delivering Chinese food. I remember
exactly where I was.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
was at. Yeah.
I remember exactly where I was. I was bumping it nonstop for about 3 months until it made me want to throw up, and I still fuck with it when I put it on.
I was on my first girlfriend. Had a group of 3 homies that we lived together, basically. We grew up a block apart from each other. No, it was Elijah there, Evan Goen, and Peyton Goen, his brother. Evan and Peyton grew up, like, literally a block away from me. Mm-hmm. And they would come over and, like, my mom was... She was just great. She, like, obviously knew that I was so close with them that they would just let her in. Or she would let them in, even if I was, like, asleep or something. I remember, like, a very classic story was, like, I got woken up one day in the middle of summer with Evan going, "Hey!" And I go, "Oh." And then you go, "You like my shirt?" That was like a line that we said forever. Yeah. "You fucking like my shirt?" Like, get out of here. But like we like grew up, we were blood brothers. And I, like, every time I listen to Good Kid, Mad City, the first thing I think about is like us rolling around like in my shitty ass Pontiac Grand Am, bumping that as loud as we could, playing Ding Dong Ditch because I had tinted windows.
Good Kid, Mad City and Orange.
Orange! Oh my God, Orange was so good. Well, and
Earl
then
Sweatshirt.
You had like Campfire from Childish Gambino because the internet around the same time.
Stop, man! Childish Gambino used to be the shit too. Up until Redbone, and I hated that. But like,
hated that?
That whole album, man.
Oh, I just
you must have hated the new shit.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. It's not. I like it creatively. And I like it musically. I was just hate's a strong word. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. But for me, I wanted the Childish that I grew up with. I wanted cul-de-sac Childish. I wanted royalty Childish. Camp Childish. That's what I wanted. He came back really strong with like Stone Mountain, but like he still did because like Stone Mountain was killer.
Stone Mountain was good.
And because of the internet was killer.
Well, because
both of those were killer.
That was like the flagship.
You'll never get cul-de-sac Childish back. No. You'll never get Freaks and Geeks back.
No.
That's just a dead and gone.
But to be fair, you're also never gonna get back like
Closer to My Dreams Drake.
Well, yeah, but
because that's my favorite fucking Drake song. It breaks my heart that that's just not existing anymore.
Look, I used to download Odd Future EPs from like Bandcamp because they weren't signed yet.
Right.
I had like
Looper from Earl Sweatshirt was one of my favorites. The hardest line ever that Earl ever... Was it Earl or was it Tyler on Couch when he was like, "I'm hungrier than cannibal trapped in a van of cantaloupes"?
I think that was Earl.
That
was Earl, yeah.
Yeah.
That was Earl.
That was hard as fuck, dude. That when I heard that made me fall in love with Earl. I was like, that right there was such a hard ass line that nobody else would think about, man.
Earl's so good.
The only other person that would think about some shit like that would be somebody like Slim Shady.
Yeah.
I'm hungrier than a cannibal trapped in a van of cantaloupes. Get the fuck out of here.
That is a very Eminem kind of
That's a very Slim Shady
But the way that Earl delivered it, totally different.
It's way different. It's not like he bit his style or anything. No. Way different. But Looper is probably my favorite Earl Sweatshirt song.
Okay, so I have one more question, and then we'll wrap it up.
I actually have one more question.
Okay. Well, then
You go first.
We'll go quickly.
I have 2 more questions.
Yeah. All right, so G, through your lived experience, and that's what I'm saying that specifically because I want to know through your personal lens, because obviously we're not you. What from your childhood do you carry with you into the music you make today?
That's
a heavy question,
bro. God damn. I think I carry the shit I seen my brother go through. My brother was a deviant and not trouble and not jail most of my life. And I actually wrote about this and like when I was trying to go to college, I ended up dropping out. But when I went to college, I wrote a college essay about how my brother was my guardian angel in a sense, and like God put him on earth to sacrifice for me. So like my brother was in and out of jail my whole life, always in some shit, whatever the case may be. And I think God put my brother on earth to show me what not to do without me having to actually do it or go through it. And so I think I lived through the lens of my brother, where a lot of in my music I talk about some street shit, it's nothing personal for me. I'm not a street guy, but like I don't got a blind eye to shit.
Yeah.
Like I've seen everything.
Yeah, you were there for it.
Yeah,
you just didn't have a hand in it.
I've seen everything you could possibly.
You might not be a street guy, but you've had to be prepared too at the same time. It's still a part of your reality.
Yeah. And so it's like I talk through the lens of my brother, and a lot of shit that he had to go through, a lot of shit that he did. Like my brother he pimping hoes and shit like that. He was into some gang shit, some street shit, drug shit, whatever. Like you name it, he was in it.
Yeah.
But it's like I talk through the lens of that. So that's the shit that I carry with me. It's like it's this shit that makes me. It almost make me not a square just from I'm able to live through him.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
I definitely get that.
And it goes back to a lot of people not being themselves. Like I'm myself, bro. I never been in no street shit. I mean, I tried selling weed. That shit wasn't for me.
Right.
Sold perks for a little bit. That shit, I mean, it's whatever. But it's like I've never been in no crazy street shit to where I earn stripes.
Right.
Like that. You know
what
I mean?
You weren't banging
at all.
Yeah.
Right.
That's way different.
I'm way more book smart than I am street smart. But I got street smart. Like I said, I don't turn a blind eye to shit. So it's like
Sorry, keep going.
Like I just carry that with me. Like I carry that with me through everything. You know, it make me who I am. It adds to the character of the music and to the
it definitely does.
The integrity of the music.
Man, I think it's a very because like you know I'm not trying to age myself or anything, but you've been doing this for a while and like I'm sure this isn't like a new occurrence to you, but that's honestly just like a very mature outlook on it that a lot of people could be 40 years old and not have, where you feel like I saw what he did, and while I can understand it, I knew that wasn't for me, and I feel like I learned through his actions. Absolutely. Because I never learned an easy lesson. I was hard-headed. I did a lot of shit, and you know went to jail for some dumb shit. Like I never learned an easy lesson. So for you to be like, I grew up seeing a lot of really bad shit from people who were like living with me, like close to home, and you didn't fall into it. You used it as a lesson and a stepping stone and a block to build off of.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
And I actually feel like they're all going to go to heaven. They're all going to go to paradise.
Right.
Yeah.
For that reason, that they was like my brother, my cousins, you know, shit like that. They was put on this earth to set that example for me of what not to do.
Because they can mold you. You become, you know, an artist. You could save people's lives with your music based off talking about shit that you've seen growing up and telling people you don't have to be that way. Yeah. I grew up that way, but I'm still in tune with my emotions. I'm still a human. You look at me, you don't see me in a certain way. You've treated me with nothing but respect and shit like that. Like, you know, saying that we want to treat you. And so, like, it's just like, like, just because you don't know people doesn't mean you can't trust them.
Well, you also, I think, anyway, you got to think that, like, people like that are soldiers. You know? Because, like, I remember one of the biggest debates that ever was had in, like, Sunday school as, like, you know, young minds. You know, we were all just kind of, like, trying to understand, like, the Bible and the implications of all this shit, you know, going into, like, the real world. And one of the biggest questions always was, like, well, soldiers kill people, and in the Ten Commandments it says, you know, thou shalt not kill. But here's the thing. There's a righteousness to it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to set the example. Sometimes you have to be the hard ass to make a way for everyone else to come.
Absolutely.
And I think specifically with like people like you're talking about, like your brother, those are soldiers. Those are people that are out there that like they have to do the hard shit so that you and everyone else can benefit from
can aspire to not do that.
Yeah.
And that's why they're going to heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Going to paradise, even if
because it's a righteous thing in the end.
Yeah, they don't even know it though.
Yeah,
they don't know within themselves that they're destined for greatness.
Yeah. It's in the heart, man.
Yeah.
They don't know it, but I know it though because I'm looking through a different lens. Yeah. It's like thou shalt not kill, but like you gotta kill your ego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta. You gotta kill your ego, especially to look through a lens like that.
Yeah, damn.
You know I'm saying?
You boil it down. If you want to get real deep, ego is a part of you, and you are the temple of God. So if you gotta kill your own ego, you're invading the temple of God to kill a piece of yourself.
Well, so that's like the whole Nietzsche thing. Have you ever heard of like Nietzsche's triangle?
Never heard of it.
So Nietzsche's.
This is why I love you, Red.
So Nietzsche's whole thing was effectively like, especially in his like most famous book, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. The whole point was like, man has to kill God to take his place. And the point wasn't like to literally kill like religion. Yeah. It was that in order to become like God, to be on a level in which you're able to be accepted, you basically have to represent that and take his place on earth.
Absolutely.
So the way that he like represented that was he went, okay, so you start out as a child. Mm-hmm. You morph into a lion. That's like your adolescent to early adulthood. Yeah. Because you're all pride and ego. Yeah. And then you become a man. Man is sort of like righteous and self-centered. Yeah. Like it's the person you want to be. Yeah. But then on the other side of that, you become a child again because you enter elderly. Word. And all of that wisdom turns into pure and sincerity and love again. So you start as a child, but you end as a child. Because in the middle, the only thing that there is ego. So the way to bridge that gap is to become innocent again. And I really believe that that's sort of like the human struggle, like played out in a metaphor.
Oh, he did that.
Damn. Yeah, that was
he did that.
See, this is why 20 minutes ago he said we need to start winding down because it was just gonna keep spiraling into deeper shit, man. That's fucking heavy.
No, that's a word, bro.
Yeah.
I'm taking that with me.
It's
one of my favorite things. Just because I think you'll like this.
So you have nothing. You have birth. You have ego. You have death.
Effectively.
That's
the chain of human life. The other thing I will say, though,
born just to die. That's the human curse.
My favorite saying in the entire world is, "Don't wait for your turn to speak. Listen to what the other person has to say."
Absolutely.
Because if you're just sitting there waiting to talk, you didn't hear shit the other person had to say.
Yeah, you can't ever absorb.
Say that. They say communication is not the key, comprehension is the key.
That's it. That's it. Because if I understand what you're saying, you and me don't have any differences.
Exactly.
And we're never going to.
If you really understand what the other person's saying, you don't have to remember what you were going to say.
Because
if you're really paying attention to them in the first place, you're not going to lose track of what's going on. I mean, I guess unless you're like
drunk.
Under the influence. Yeah. You know, if you genuinely respect that person and listen to what they have to say, you don't have to worry about speaking your turn. Yeah, it's going to come to you, and then you can speak your mind.
No, that's facts.
So my question is nowhere near that motherfucking deep. We're gonna end on a light ass note.
Good.
On this one.
I feel like
I was just gonna be like, you know, number one, not your favorite record, but if you had to trace it back to like, what's your favorite rap song? And then what's your favorite song you've written? And I specifically say rap because that's obviously the genre that you're in. So
although,
I'm curious
like we touched on earlier, you can sing. And I feel like...
You can sing. No, not a little bit. You just...
There might be some room for that R&B to
come in. Pull a little bit from the diaphragm, bro. You'll be able to take it over.
Yeah. I think I'm sure some shit when we get
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want. Yeah. But I say rap because again, that's obviously the genre you're in. So I'm curious what your favorite rap song is. I know your influences. We went over that. And then what's your favorite song you've written? One that you're just like, I even want to listen to that motherfucker.
Okay. My favorite rap song ever, I'm gonna say Blessed, Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
Damn, Schoolboy Q. Not a lot of people fuck with Schoolboy like that. I like that.
He didn't put out a lot either, but great shit.
Great
shit.
Schoolboy Q is like storytelling.
Dope dealer. Yeah. Come on now,
bro. The storytelling on Blessed is unmatched to this day.
Oh, it paints a picture. You know that whole man's world, like,
bro. He said, "Now how the fuck I'm supposed to say this?" See, my homie just lost his daughter he said my homie just lost his son while I'm here hugging on my daughter. I grip her harder. Like that's
as a parent, that fucking
that hurts.
That's storytelling, bro. Cause how you supposed How you supposed to help your man when you right here hugging on your child when he just lost his? That's
how you supposed to act like you know what he's going through, but when you have what he just lost.
Yeah.
Damn,
bruh.
Damn,
bruh. It's deep. It's deeper than most people think.
Maybe it is deep, man. Maybe
it
is a deep question, man. Cause
it's deep,
gosh.
Bro. And I think my favorite song that I've written right now is gotta be "Stay Home" with Big Cozy.
Yes,
yes. That was just like perfect.
Y'all just sitting at the fucking table. That's the cut, man. That is
a fantastic song.
But everything about it was just perfect, from the cover art to the production. Shout out Ave Harris, that's who produced that beat, and then shout out Big Cozy for just like giving me the perfect verse, bro. It was like, man, we didn't even plan to hop on that beat together.
Sometimes that's when the best shit happens.
It is, man. It's such a solid track. I know it every single time it comes up because it's both you and him sitting at the table.
At the table, bro. And we was at his house, so it's at home. We at home. Like when we do this shit, we do this music shit.
That makes a lot of sense.
We're at
Having
home.
Listened to it, that makes a lot of sense that y'all weren't in a studio environment to make home, that. Bro. Yeah,
we was home, man. We at home when we do this. We at home when we around each other. We at home when we have community and love like this shit, bro. Like this shit is home. It's my new home, bro. It's one of my homes now, bro. See what I'm saying? So it's like
that's what I'm saying.
That's
love. That's love.
That's just how it goes, bro. It's like home is not a place where you just lay your head. Home is where you have community.
Oh yeah,
we have dialogue, conversation, love. Is like
we're nothing but one big tribe, man.
Bro, I'm saying it's my
People
first.
Forget that.
It's my first time meeting y'all, and I love y'all already.
Yeah, same.
Man, we feel the same way.
That goes right back.
I promise you, we feel the same way. Like I said, man,
yeah.
I've been telling you, bro. I've been singing your praises for a long time because even though we didn't know each other, I was like, this motherfucker deserves respect.
Yeah,
and deserves ears.
Yeah.
And even
though we don't have a huge platform, God, we just want to give attention to people just like you. Yeah, and that's
coming, bro.
That's all the.
I mean, anything sustainable gonna take some time, and that's just life, though.
I look at it the same way you do, man. Listen,
yeah,
you know, earlier you were saying, you know, I'm not trying to come off a certain way, but there's a difference between cocky and confidence.
Hell yeah,
you gotta be confident.
Confidence
have to be.
Yeah.
If you're not confident in yourself, who the fuck is gonna be confident in you? Because if you come up to me and you're not confident in yourself, why am I gonna give you my time?
Exactly.
When I walk up to people for this show, right? Like Monday, I approached 4 comedians I've never talked to in my life. Comedians are scary people to approach because all they do is make fun of people for a living.
Yes.
And I did, dude, for a split second, I was like, fuck, man, they're all in a circle. They're all talking. I don't know none of them, man. Like, and then I thought, and I was like, bro, the worst you're going to get to no. At the end of the day, even if they make fun of you, it's only a no.
That's it.
But if you don't go ask, you ain't getting shit.
And they're drunk too. So
right.
And they were the nicest fucking people, man. They were the all it takes is the hand to reach out. Just like me reaching out to you. That's all it took, man. That's all it took. You didn't know me. Granted, again, a name drop, so that helped. But at the end of the day, you didn't have to talk back to me. You could have just been like, appreciate it, man. I'll think about it.
Yeah, that's real.
You could have never fucking talked to me again.
Yeah.
Now we had a great time.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
I had a great time with you.
Man.
Good.
Alright, at the end of this, do you have anything you want to tell the people? Anything you want to plug? What are you working on? Do you have anything coming out soon enough to where you feel comfortable plugging it?
No, hell yeah, man. I'm dropping a single on the 31st.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dropping an EP next month. The Whip Appeal music video coming out soon. Shout out Sukami.
Fire ass song.
Shout out Sukami. Shout out Robbie Isn't Living, man. And
by the way, you pull off some great music videos. Just throwing that out there.
I appreciate that.
Whoever you collaborate with, as a filmmaker.
Shout out AC Films.
They do great shit.
That's my dog.
When I started talking to him about you, I showed him your fucking music video, and he was like, damn, whoever he's got shooting this shit's good.
Yeah, man. Shout out AC Films, man. Whipperfield video coming out soon. And Lord willing, we get the album out by the end of the year sometime. Man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I like dropping in the fall, man, because that's when the most changes start happening.
Plus, you're an October baby.
That's when I'm an October baby. That's when people start everybody in the house now. It's cold now. Let's
sit
in the house, listen to some music, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? But over there,
you might be October's new own. You know what I'm saying? October's own might be taken from Drake, man. That might be your title. You know?
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? But yeah, shout out my mom, shout out my brother, and hell yeah, that's awesome. That's all that, man.
One more thing, real quick. Will you tell the people where they can find your shit?
You can find me on IG at GWTM, JEEWTM. Twitter, JEEWTM. Links in my bios and all that. You can find me on Apple Music at Jee Malik, JEEMALIK. That's Spotify, that's Apple Music, that's my fucking Google Play,
YouTube,
motherfucking Tidal, YouTube.
Hell yeah.
You name it, I'm on it, man. We done came a long way from the basement, man. And man, we here, man.
That's fucking Philadelphia's own, baby.
That's the way to finish out the podcast.
That's Philly's own right there.
I got nothing left, but I'm still cheering.
That's all right,
Look, G, I'll close this out. Nothing but love for you, man. We are so appreciative that you shared this time with us.
Love, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, this has been
the Just
After
Midnight
podcast.
After midnight.